start. And welcome everybody to a new adventure. Um, it's going to be a sort of session zero, mostly session one sort of thing going on here, and we're going to start with everybody wherever you are in whatever world you are in. Wherever you're standing, there is now suddenly a blue tinged pentagram underneath your feet. Starts glowing as you step onto it, and you can't step off of it after you've stepped onto it.
Mm.
And in the space of a breath, you are suddenly in a completely different room than you were before. There is a man standing in front of you. He has... Where are you? Sort of yellow and black robes. He's got a long, very white beard. To the side of you, once you blink and can look around, there is a man, you think? Let me just put you here.
Oh, man!
So you all appear in this very obvious wizard study. There's a man over here, and the wizard right in front of you.
Right. Gandalf.
And I'm gonna roll a dice and see who describes themselves first.
Oh, it's one of the blue wizards.
I don't have that.
It's alright. This is it's a session 0, session 1. It's not...
Oh.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's that icon's kind of fitting.
It kind of works regardless.
Yeah.
So, lucky number 1, it's Raven.
Oh, shit.
You look around and you see 4 other people and the 2 people in the room. What is your character's name and what do they look like?
Well, appearing in the flash of light is a very short, vaguely humanoid figure. Like, maybe 3.5 foot tall, and that is stretching it. They're wearing, like, heavy, like, robes, and they're not fine silks, but they're kind of like silk-ish. Like, kind of just draped over their body. It's very hard to see what figure they have other than there's 2 legs and 2 arms in there, supposedly. Like, there's, like a shawl across the face. Wherever this figure is, they have a long fucking nose, though. Yeah, and just 2, like, beady, almost red eyes glowing from the hood. And this is Ka, spelled K-A.
Okay. So you turn and look, and the next person to introduce themselves is going to be Nora.
Ah, shit. Well, this figure is a bit different than the first one, but similar in some ways. She is pretty average in height, but she's very thin and kind of gaunt. She's wearing very tattered white clothes with spots of red all over it. And her skin, too, is completely white. Not pale, completely white. As is her hair, which is tied up into a very long ponytail. Most of her face is covered by a mask. Like a bandit face mask kind of thing. Her eyes are... They're like slits. Her pupils are slits. And she has some Tattoo's peeking out from underneath her mask and underneath her hair.
Okay.
She looks a little like a caged animal at the moment.
That's fair. So the next person that is going to, as you look around, your eyes glance over to them, and it is going to be TT.
Alright, so first glance just seems to be sort of a young, slight-figured woman, very, like, petitely built. But her sort of olive bronze skin, upon closer inspection, is made out of very fine scales. And she's got serpentine eyes and more prominent scales around her face, mainly over her eyes and on her nose. And is I don't know. You'd probably have to roll an Arcana check to know, but she's specifically a Wan T or a Dungeoneering check or whatever. But she's clearly not human, and she's looking sort of distressed and confused, and has sort of a Disney princess-esque air of like innocence.
Okay. And you turn.
Love it.
You go ahead.
And she's dressed in slightly flashy but not particularly expensive attire of like a middling merchant.
Okay.
Not super fancy, but there's some bright colors there.
Nice. So your gaze turns to all these other people and lands on our next character, which is Sarah.
Okay. So my character is Tyr, or Satyria. She's a
Oh, I love that.
female satyr. Kind of average height, muscular, but lean build. She's wearing kind of gold gilded and orange fabric skirt and top. We've got hazel eyes and a golden circlet with pale skin. And she also has like some little sunbeams adorning her horns. She's got deep red hair, which is pulled kind of back into a low bun. And fuzzy legs, of course.
I have to ask though, do you have one hoof or are you double cloven?
Double.
Oh, yes, the proper way.
Oh yeah.
Proper way.
Yeah.
You're no horse.
Okay. And as you take in this jumble of people, your eyes land on our last player, which is VV.
All right, standing in the center, and no doubt, undoubtedly the most exotic of the group, you behold a person of under 6 foot height with pale, somewhat oily-looking skin,
You.
hair growing on their face in decorative patterns, adorning their upper lip and their chin, much more so in the former. They even have tufts of hair over their eyes, brow hair of sorts. And then also longer, darker hair that is swept back and somewhat moderately cared for, down to the beginning of the shoulders. They are adorned in humble, kind of faded pastel, really pastel's the wrong word, more mildew-colored clothing. A very nice vest with striping that looks old, but looks like when it was new, it was really nicely made. They're wearing very nice slacks and a scarf around their neck and a cup of tea in one hand and a monocle around one of their eyes. This is a very frightening, exotic human man.
Right.
Right again.
What? Ah, it's horrible.
Gross.
Kill
A
it.
6 nature check to understand what this creature is.
I'm a Morlock.
It's oily and weird. That's what it is.
I
Is this
eat
one of
small humanoids from the surface world and live
Is that one of
underground with
these
my other kindred.
Goblins I've heard about?
Goblins? What in the world?
I mean, the face is similar, but much fuzzier.
It's definitely not a Bigfoot.
Oh, that's right. Goblins are supposed
Sure.
to be small. Are you a hobgoblin? I've read that they do have a ruddy complexion of sorts.
Just looks around, just thoroughly wondering, did someone put something in my tea?
The wizard
Well,
is.
Are you just a human?
Yes. Are you?
Oh, humans! I've heard of those.
Looks and sees the wizard over there.
He shrugs.
So
at
you're
you.
going to need to explain a little bit of this situation, I'm afraid, because I am entirely unprepared for a social call.
I do apologize. I wasn't expecting to actually have you appear in my house. I was hoping to speak with you through this magic.
Oh, goody.
Sorry, your
Watched
house?
teleportation.
Yes, this is my house. I welcome, although I did not intend for you to show up this way. And I'm afraid that I cannot send you back either.
I lean
Ah.
to one of you and say, "Is this one a human too?"
Yes,
Woohoo.
yes, I would be.
Oh,
The
I-
the little figure will slowly. Are we able to leave the spell circle? By the way.
It
Should
is
ask before.
fading, and he's. You could tell that he's like, gestured to this this big guy to tell him not to
big guy.
use the 2 scimitars on his waist because you're not you're clearly not hostile.
Okay.
So you will
Like-
be able to cross the threshold because the glow dies down underneath your feet.
And this little short figure pitter patters up to the wizard, then lightly reaches out to take his robe and then yank it, like not like forcefully, but like a small child asking, "Where is the bathroom?" Kind of manages it, just like, "Yellow, where is the moo?"
Though, excuse me, I did not hear you.
Hello. Hello, good to be meeting. Where is the moo?
The moo?
Eat.
Oh,
Large.
Where's the
Very hard to miss.
There was something else that was supposed to come with you? Like I
Eat.
said, I'm not entirely sure how this happened, as I was only supposed to be put in contact with you. Apparently, contact means that I can reach out and touch you.
Oh.
This
That is
book
not
was a
good.
little farcical when I read it. I was kind of afraid that something strange was going to happen.
I would say
You
that
have
is
location without knowing how it would work.
Dire times.
It is not good. There will be many property damage when I return.
I'm more. Oh, I'm more wondering, why you wanted to talk to us specifically?
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
know it was
I'm
you
totally
specifically. Can you
Oh.
not?
I'm sorry. I
Not
don't think I heard you right. I don't think I heard you right. Did you say that again?
Who are you talking to exactly?
Him. He said, I wasn't expecting to talk to you.
You specifically was reaching out for contact with these people that are in this prophecy that I'm reading. At least what the magic thinks is the correct people for this. I'm not entirely sure that I've.
Prophecy? You're communing with divine magic?
Yes. Not me specifically. It's sort of a historical prophecy. I got curious.
Well, whatever Jerizian has in store for me, I am ready to face it.
What's a Jerizian?
Oh, only the best god ever!
Oh.
The one you found out about 30 minutes ago.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. Gods plural?
No, the best god, the greatest of all the gods, the one that most concretely and completely embodies the world serpent, Jerizian, the great plumed serpent.
Oh, I believe I know that one. Yes.
What is happening?
I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
You've been summoned for a holy mission.
I wouldn't go that far.
No, please don't go that far.
I would offer you a seat, but I only have the 3, so.
I'll take one of them. Gladly, my knees are shaking.
So he's gonna go over here and sit on his desk. And you can tell that there's a little creature just kind of slumped on his desk, staring at you guys.
Uh,
How edible does it look? Like, is it a mouse?
It is a. It is not a mouse. It is about the size of a cat, and it looks unnatural.
Julie goes up to you, BV, is like, bless your heart, you look like you are about to faint.
Oh, no, I'll be fine.
Is that normal for goblinoids?
No, not a goblinoid.
I
It's a
wouldn't
human.
know, considering I'm not one.
Aren't humans a goblinoid?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
It's a fascinating.
I mean, and the goblins I know are definitely not like him. They're little. They're green. They
Well,
float
yes.
sometimes.
Yes, but there are goblinoids. It's a whole class of creatures. They go into areas and they kill everyone there and they take their land.
That does not sound like the goblins I know.
That's a rather reductive comparison, though more apt than you might know in ways that I'm fairly certain you don't understand.
Well, all the lizard folk tell me that's essentially what humans are.
Ugh.
Lizard. Oh, you know the reptilians.
Yes.
He just takes a big swig of what is left in his little teacup. It accidentally drops and shatters on the ground. Oh.
Please do take a seat before you faint. There is more tea there.
Not a word, just goes over and sits, looks over at the big guy, moves over and sits over here instead.
Yeah, this guy is just leaning against the wall, and he's about most of the way to 9 feet tall.
Joy.
Damn.
So, seeing this big guy, this little tiny figure shuffles over, lightly tugs on his like kilt or pants, whatever the fuck he has. He goes, "Hello, have you seen my moo?"
He looks down at you and makes like he uncrosses his hands and makes a few symbols with him. Can you understand sign language?
I have not considered that. What?
Figures.
Eh. Would you mind if I said I could?
Did you? Yeah,
It's actually a language now,
it's
right?
a language.
Yeah,
So if you wanted to have that taken as one of your languages, sure.
No, I already have all my languages sorted. My profs and my langs.
Your
Fucking hate
profs and
that.
langs. You could tell that he
Kid
is
Kelly.
trying to communicate with you. Yes.
I had been considering sign language. Could I take that instead?
Instead of which one?
Primordial.
Sure.
Sweet.
So,
Also, I
this little-
finally drew my character after all this time.
Why? Why?
That creature on the desk is yowling.
Mm-hmm.
Creature, please come here. Do not stand
It's
in the
something
doorway and
it's-
speak to me.
on earth, the 9-foot-tall barbarian man speaks in cat cries.
Yes.
Do I know what he's saying?
He is signing that he is not able to speak. Do you understand this?
Little one. He's saying he is unable to speak verbally. What he is doing right now is sign language. Can you understand it?
No, I cannot understand, but I can copy. And then he just for a minute he like raises up his hands, and though he's clear he doesn't understand like what it means, he copies the symbols and gestures very closely, like
No,
unnervingly closely.
The little one. That's you're just saying back to him what he said to you.
Yes, this is how you learn language.
He
You don't know the words.
No, don't learn no words now. We'll learn later.
he slows down as he's signing, like deliberately, but he's looking over at you now because you understand him. He goes,
Yeah, she'll sign. I understand.
he says, I do not know what a moo is, but if it's something attached to you, it will eventually come through.
All right.
Oh,
She'll look
okay.
down at the. She'll look down at you. Well, he doesn't know what a moo is, but if it's attached to you, it should come along not too long now.
So are we expecting a cow to pop up in a magic circle too in a moment?
No, is Muel. Muel.
A mule?
Muel is what the peoples call it, but it is Mu, and it does not look like Muel.
A mule?
Yes.
Oh, it's not much better.
Now, excuse me, sir.
Yes,
You
please.
brought us here. What is all this?
So, like I said, I was only trying to contact you to see if you would be amenable to show up and take on a quest for me, but apparently the one who wrote this ritual is a sense of humor.
Rather morbid one.
Just yanks
Well,
you
if we have
through.
been divinely ordained to go on this quest, then I say give us the deets.
I don't know
Oh,
if it's
I ain't divinely ordained by nobody. Okay.
I would not call it divinely ordained. I think it's just more that you are the most likely to succeed on this sort of thing.
That's what they said in my university yearbooks.
That is interesting.
You're a man of learning, huh?
Of a sort. Though this is beyond. This is not in my wheelhouse. How close
hard
are
is-
we? How close are we to Waterdeep at the moment? I'd like to at least have my bearings for where I've been whisked away to.
Oh, I don't think there's deep water for quite a ways.
He turns and like flips through a book on his desk. You can tell that it's an atlas. He
Sword
flips-
Coast.
He flips some more. Oh yes, here's the Sword Coast. You are on the underside. He's gonna point, and it's the map that I put in the map room. He's
Yep.
going to point at the Sword Coast, and then he's going to point where you are.
Oh. Oh, that's a very long way.
I'm
Then
afraid
there's-
I don't recognize this map.
And there's no way to send us back, you say?
Not through the way that I just accidentally yanked you through. No.
Oh, joy.
Once you do take this quest, though, you should be able to go wherever you please.
Comforting. Oh. I think you may have grabbed the wrong sword for this, or whoever wrote it was clearly trying to set you up to fail. I'm a college professor, not an adventurer.
Oh, you're your teacher.
Yes. I admit to some wizarding skill and fascination, but I'm hardly the fireball-slinging legend everyone pictures.
Well, sometimes you don't start that way.
Oh man, good friend of mine. She was pretty good at slinging some fireballs.
Wish they'd brought her along.
Well,
Well, excuse you.
as I said, I
I
was
think
hoping
I'm pretty
to
good at
speak.
handling myself.
Was hoping
No, I
to
wasn't
speak with
referring to
first.
you. I was referring to me.
I think you don't give yourself enough credit.
I give credits to other people. I need to sit down.
Yeah, this 9-foot guy is looking between this tiny bird man and the satyr. He also just makes direct eye contact with you sometimes. Tyr, it's because he senses that you're probably the best fighter in this room.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of keep my eyebrows set.
Well,
Watching.
what is this prophecy?
Well, yeah. So, first I have to explain a little bit about why I have even been researching this, and I'm so fascinated by it. Oh, have you ever heard of a mage called Martek? Anybody
No.
who has either
No.
history or arcana can go ahead and roll for that if they would like, but you're going to have the disadvantage.
Alright, you, I'm pretty sure.
Would I have
You
an
have Arcana.
extra? Yeah,
You
I
have both. They're equal, though. Which one would you prefer?
I don't know. Doesn't make much of a difference.
We'll go with Arcana for you then. Alright, tier, that is a 10. Hey, nice. It actually shows the name regardless of your character profile. That's
Mhm.
useful.
That is useful.
Oh yeah.
And for Mortimer, I'll go with the.
Lloyd.
Yeah, Lloyd is something we'll meet later.
Okay.
28 for Mortimer.
Lloyd. Okay, well that makes sense. You're a professor.
He perks up a little bit at that name.
So you would know that Martek is a fairly well-known, fairly high-level magic user from at least 1,000 years ago. He was famous for having something called star gems and a sphere of power.
Ah,
He
yes, I've heard that name.
Yes. Do you know of his sphere of power?
Heard of the legends, yes, I've read about them in my spare time.
That is.
It was 1,000
Yeah,
years ago.
power.
Are you saying that Martek wrote this prophecy?
Yes, he did. I was going to, like I said, ask if the people that I got in contact with would be amenable to going into the desert to look for his sphere of power. Because if you have the sphere of power, you could basically do anything that you would like. To find it, you would have to find the 5 star gems. But I do have the prophecy written down here if you would like to look at it.
What? Why are you looking for this all-powerful orb?
Because if we don't find it before a certain time and a certain place, which is probably now, considering that this ritual to bring you here would not have worked unless it was time.
That is awfully convenient.
That's how prophecies work.
Indeed, they seem very contrived in retrospect and often in forespect. Interesting. You'll notice the demeanor is shifting a little bit after he recognized the name of the fact, like, oh, an actual respectable wizard wrote this.
Yes.
I feel like would Tyr have known, since that's kind of what she does, is watches over wizards' magical tomes in a library. in Candlekeep. Would she have known of that, or
At least known the name.
I imagine
maybe
you
known
would,
the name?
you would probably have recognized the name, perhaps not
Okay.
the entirety of it, or known what is
Okay, just that maybe others have came and looked.
looked for him,
Right.
probably.
Okay, got it.
Does anybody would like to read that prophecy out loud?
I will. Although the handout appears to have collapsed for me. Let me see. I got it. There we go. So, the evil walks our land again. Nomadic princes come to set his power into the first bride's hand. Good and evil then are met. And will needs be 5-star gem C. To my tomb be born hither, and hope shall not wither. Open the gates to my sphere of power, and put off evil in its appointed hour. Oh, well, nice to know that rhyming dyed pentameters haven't changed all that much in 1,000 years. Interesting.
It
Well,
probably shifted a little bit. I don't think that it was supposed to rhyme. It rhymes in
true.
common.
True. This likely is a later adaptation, which clouds the potential meaning of things. Apologies. Yes, this is certainly Martek's writing. It appears legitimate. Sphere of power, my, that is. And we're.
According to this ritual that I just cast, you are it. Or at least the
And
most
why-
likely.
And why, pray tell, is the urgency present? Is there some force amok seeking to claim it?
Well, he wrote this prophecy 1,000 years ago, and he said that whatever was put off for its appointed hour was 1,000 years hence.
But you don't actually know what the problem is.
I don't know what the problem is. All I know is that the prophecy is going to be met, most likely by you, but there could always be others. You are just the most likely to succeed. And all I know is that you are supposed to look for the sphere of power by way of finding the star gems. And I know for certain where 2 are. And he's going to hand you this this map, which is the most hilariously shitty map I have ever seen in my life.
It
Oh.
is a visible recoiling from the little figure as you suspect.
He's just got the Patrick Warburton from B-movie face right at this moment looking at this.
So
This is the exact opposite of helpful.
I know it's not very good, but
It's
not
actually
many
might make it
people
more
map
likely.
this entire. Sorry, not many people map this this desert.
A desert, you say?
Yes, you are in the Rorin Desert. You are in the town of Brazilar, which is.
I'm afraid none of those words mean anything to me.
That's fine. You don't need to.
You're in the same world as I, though we are on the edge of most maps. Rather unexplored territory.
He's going to.
Wait. World? Like, this is a different world altogether.
We are on the continent of Faerun, on the planet of Toril.
Well, shit.
Does that mean
Wolfman
anything
was
to
$5.
you?
No.
You came
no.
from a far distance away, more than the others, I believe.
I come from a planet called Earth.
Fascinating, also stupid. Why would you name your planet after dirt?
Don't ask me.
Is that where
I never
Morden
named my
Caden's
life.
from?
Morden Canyon is from
Um,
Orth.
Earth, yes, that's right.
Equally stupid, but in a different way.
It's like they're
Arnie-
trying to mimic
There's-
one another a little bit. I
Yes,
thought that's strange.
Turning to the this southern sounding figure, the little guy goes, Oh, he's dimensional traveler. He's the Elvish people have word they call easy.
What was that?
Elvish, they call people who travel the dimensions easies.
But
You
word
are
Raven?
What?
You are easies.
Easies?
Oh my God.
Easies.
Oh my God.
I'm missing whatever the joke is.
Calling you an isekai.
Isekai.
Oh, fuck off, Raven!
I didn't get it either.
It's terrible. Awful.
God, awful. I'm
I could
not
hear you.
familiar.
Low hanging fruit. Were you hit by a truck on your way in?
What's a truck?
No.
I don't know, but I've heard writings of it. It's a powerful mythical creature.
It's a car.
What?
He's
Is that the genus, mayhaps?
What? What
Never
the
mind.
Anyway,
This conversation is not canonical anyway.
this map here. He's gonna point to both of those like house-shaped symbols on there because I can't actually point on this map because it's a handout.
Yep. The two little ones down, like on the lower half below the serpent shape.
Yeah. And he's gonna point out that this used to be a river, the River Aethys. It does not flow anymore. Ancient curse.
God.
Curse, you say?
Yes, laid down by the last pharaoh of this city here. The tomb of Amun-Re is one of the places that I know as a star gem, and then the sunken city of Pizar was supposed to be the last known location of another.
So you're telling me that there's treasure hidden away in unexplored tombs, demesnes, necropoli.
Yes. And you are going to have to be careful because this mission requires you to desecrate tombs, and that is not looked upon kindly by the Dupari. Not the Dupari. I've got those backwards. The Rarindi.
Rindy. Oh, yes, yes.
The
Boy.
The Dupari will not care, the Rarindi will.
Oh, boy. Certainly. Well, usually I'd have to spend months organizing to even begin to set out for a destination half as far from here.
Well, I was not expecting you to pop in through a portal into my house again, like I said. But I'm prepared to give you more than enough money to get started, and I do have in that chest there behind the young lady. There are some magical items in there if you would like to go through and see if anything catches your eye.
Magic items, you say?
Yes,
And
you
most certainly.
could each take 2.
Huh? Sir, I apologize for my earlier fright. I should know better. I've been handed a gift horse of the most exquisite dental hygiene.
I don't think I would have reacted any better if I got yanked through time and space accidentally.
My friend, you may have just made me tenured. Assuming I survive this, and he starts rooting through everything.
Okay, and this is where you would get your rare and uncommon or common items, and he'll make comments as you pull them out. It's like, yes, I found that one on my travels.
Yeah.
I ended up here. I did not start here. I started in where did you come from? I was originally from Thalmar to the south, and I traveled up through.
Oh, we must have missed each other. I've been there at least once. I've been on digs in the past. I'm sure you've been here for some time. This is quite the stately little domain you've got. Is this a tower or more or less just a domicile of a more standard fashion?
Oh, it's just a small 2-story building. I took a door because it was empty when I got here. And,
That's
magic
bigger
can
than
do
my
many
finger.
things. When you were sitting in front of the fireplace there, that wasn't warm. It was like it was an AC, actually. It was blowing cold air.
Oh, splendid. We are in a desert. Oh dear. I've only read books about this to an extent. So he pulls out his gear and just kind of steps over to the side and just starts kind of muttering to himself.
I don't know if I've ever been in a desert before.
Your instinct is going to be to expose as much of yourself as possible to cool off. That is the enemy. It's much the same as the mountains. It will kill you.
Yeah.
It also
It's
grows
true.
very
It's
cold at
best to
night.
sleep during the very high periods of sunlight, and then be active during the early morning hours and the afternoon hours. Dawn and dusk.
It's
Yes, a
very good
crepuscular
advice.
existence is best.
Good advice.
Ooh, I don't want to be a creepy puscular.
No, I'm simply saying what you said, but in one word.
That sounds unpleasant.
Well, words often are sounding unpleasant, but that does not make their meanings any more so. All that means is that you are active at dawn and dusk, just as you did.
Oh, I am rather familiar with acting at night, so
And nighttime will kill you too, silently and through chill. Deceptively cold out there.
As you're
You can
talking,
be active a little bit
Yeah.
during the night, but it does get very cold.
as you're talking, and
I remember.
as Ka is rummaging through after everybody's gone through, the circle starts glowing again underneath you,
Uh-oh.
and
Yeah.
you all just kind of get shunted off to the side as this glows again, and here comes your buddies coming through.
Well, lovely. Boom.
Ah,
That is not a mule!
ah.
So, as the circle lights up, and out comes a kind of like golden tanned Hadrosaurus, specifically a Maiasaur. She has a kind of a cream colored underbelly with dark brown stripes starting at the higher her upper back, going all the way down her spine to the tip of her tail. And she big, and then as soon as she appears, her first thing she does is open her beak wide and suddenly chomp down on Ka's head. He lifts
You
him
look
up.
stressed.
He's flailing for a little bit, and you see one hand go up and tap the beak before she drops him, and he just flops to the floor like just a pile of laundry. And then he slowly stands up, and Ka goes, "Oh, she worried. Does this every time I leave? Yes. Hi, Moo."
Oh, it was a name for a... Is there any way I could roll to determine what this is? I'm aware of the existence of...
Specifically, if you have nature, you could roll.
Actually, nope, that's the one int thing I didn't think, so no.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But you could tell that it's a dinosaur.
Oh,
Yo, that's a dinosaur.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of those from people who've been to Chult.
He's what the humans call a mule. Yes, we humans call mule.
It is
Oh,
not a
this
mule.
is your version of a mule. No, you see, where we're from, the crossbred horses that are part horse, part ass.
That's a very strange striding lizard. Where are the sharp teeth?
Hey, don't underestimate how much a beak can hurt.
Has no sharp teeth. She only do the meat crunch when egg season. In that case, you run.
Meat crunch. Meat crunch. I don't know how to take that. Neither does the wizard.
Neither is this wizard. Uh,
Yeah,
Splendid.
Julie is just nodding in. I understand.
Mortimer just looks over at the doorway and just is internally doing math. Can we fit that thing out through here?
Sure.
You should be able to get out. Just be careful.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have a private room just for I could use for a second?
Oh, yes, he'll gesture over here. It's my bedroom. If you need to shut a door, you can.
And you guy like power walks, like nearly runs over and closes the door.
I do not know what that was about, but okay. So, I can't send you back where you came from. Just, especially not that one. I don't even know where that one came from. Come to a place called friggin' Dirt.
I didn't name it.
But if you do take this quest on, I am willing to bankroll your gear, and as soon as you get the sphere of power, you should be able to get to wherever you want. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a sphere of power, would it?
Those they do indeed quite befit the name.
And
Oh,
you
dear.
would be fulfilling a prophecy, and you would be famous adventurers afterwards.
Having devoted my life to Derizion, the idea of fulfilling a prophecy to save the world is just... Oh, that's so big.
Or I suppose if you are not interested, you could probably wait and see if a caravan comes through with somebody who has the teleport.
The door opens back up. Yeah, but can that send us back to our respective worlds?
You, I'm not sure of. Probably not.
Well,
I don't even know how I got you here.
shit. I'm about to be madder than when.
Well,
Wait, I missed something. You're from a different world?
Yeah. Earth.
Dirt.
Oh, no, we have soil here, too.
No. Look, again, I didn't name it.
are you from the plane of Earth by any chance?
No.
So that's a little easier to get back to.
No.
You don't look
No,
like
no.
an Earth elemental or a Galabdur.
Are you sure you're not just from a part of the Earth sphere that we live on that's named after soil? Like,
I
this
think
fellow
we-
says he's from deep water on a coast of swords, and I've never heard of either of those.
Well, if you want to get extra specific, I'm not from Earth myself. I wound up there when I was a wee baby,
Oh, you're double.
but
Oh.
We double
Are you
don't know
from
where
the
you're
sea then?
the sea?
The sea. If you weren't born on the sea, if you were born in the sea and then fell on the earth, that would make sense.
No,
You
it's
don't look
not
adapted for flight either.
I'm not. It's not the plane of Earth.
Yes, we've established that it's just a planet called Earth because they are not very original.
Oh, you're from another star.
Yeah.
So you're like a flump.
I don't know what that is, but
Delightful
Our
little
planet-
creatures. You'd be lucky to meet one.
our planet is it orbits the sun, which I assume all planets do.
You named your son Sun?
See, my world, they got the name because they were the first ones we knew about.
That you know of.
Well, yeah, we know more now.
Your planet is terrible.
We're going in
Orbits,
circles.
um,
My friend,
Hey, I ain't saying it. I ain't saying it isn't terrible.
Orbit means to be circular
Yes.
or
What?
be a tiny circle?
No,
A
it's
bitty
very large
orb?
circle.
Oh. So the name is sort of non-intuitive.
No, okay.
Well, I don't know of any big or small circles that we named our stars after.
I don't know. No, you misunderstand. She holds up just holds up a hand. This
Much
is our
less-
star, the sun. All
Any
right.
that
Big ball of
would
fire in the sky. Do you have one of them?
Oh, you worship a beyonder.
No.
Or not a beyonder, a beholder.
Anybody.
A beholder. You worship a beholder.
No.
It's
I
a
worship
it's a
nobody.
sun that's an orb, so it's an orb that has parents.
The wizard makes direct eye contact with you, like, I do not. Just don't.
This is clearly
Just
going
stares
nowhere.
at you.
So your world is owned by a giant beholder?
No. Our world
Oh.
is many continents with many different forms of government.
Around an orb.
Our planet is a orb, yeah.
That's a son of something. Another
No.
orb?
No, I don't know where you're getting that from.
Well, you said it was a sun.
The star that
Yeah,
the
like the
planet
star.
orbits around. They've named
Yes.
it
Have you never looked
Sun.
up in the?
They named it sun. Well, is there another one that's a daughter, or is it just a sexist planet?
I don't know. I'm not the one that named the.
I mean,
stupid
no,
things.
okay. It is a sexist planet. You are right about that. But
Okay, yes,
have you
this is
never
making
looked
sense now.
have you never looked up in the sky and seen the giant ball of fire?
Yeah, the big star up there.
Yes. Our star is called the sun. Not
Well,
as
who's
in
the parent?
a child. No. Oh my god. I'm not. Mr. Wizard, sir, where we go? What's next?
Well, I mean, you could probably go and get some supplies before you leave town. I have to get you permission to go through the North Knife Pass into the desert.
North Knife Pass, how perilous.
It's
No,
not that
I've
Sounds dangerous.
Don't you see, though? Adventure, thrill of a lifetime, a long desert voyage.
Is it anything like the Dialatol Pass?
I don't know what that is,
That sounds dreadful.
but it is a pass through
Well,
the
yeah,
mountains down into the desert.
Are there any sorts of hazards we might encounter there, or is it a relatively stable region given its proximity to a population center?
Well, you get your normal things that is close to a population center where the caravans will go through, and people would like to take your goods from you.
Ah, yes, brigands, of course.
And because it is such a high elevation, you might come across some yetis.
Yetis.
Ah,
Another
used to be
goblinoid
getting a-
species.
no.
Never seen one.
Some of the
Great.
normal,
Not-
like wolves and wargs and things like that.
Of course, got them where I'm from.
Some wyverns.
You like
Oh, joy. Joy.
a wyvern?
Yes, scaly, winged, barbed stinger on the tail.
Oh,
But right about the right size to be their ideal meal.
sounds like some dragons I know.
Well,
Yeah, let's conjecture that they're related, but don't tell any dragon that you think that.
yeah, don't do that. They will just eat you.
That is a grave
no.
insult to their kind. Well,
Some wild dragonelles and some wild fire lion drakes, I think you would
Oh,
call them.
right. Dragonelles. I've only seen them in tapestries.
Dragons and
Be a wonderful
dragonelles.
thing.
They have so many different names. There's the one that is more like a tiny dragon, and then the one that looks like a lion with the stapled wings on.
I understand. Yes.
What? Oh, so
Well.
bad taxidermy.
No.
Quite. Truly living and truly ferocious if you corner it.
They'd be ready for taxidermy when I'm done with them.
There's the spirit.
Oh,
I like that one.
Yeah.
well, someone's ready. Someone's ready for a
I
scrap.
mean, The gems, of course.
Yes, there are 5
Yes,
of them.
agreed. We've got treasure to find, ancient civilizations to explore. It's a perilous traversal. I feel half my age.
It seems like you all have the spirit.
You are start.
You just had to point me in the right direction, and I had to get over my initial shock of being plucked out of my tea room.
Again, I do apologize.
And
for
you know,
that.
it's a little bit of an inconvenience to find a way home for me, but I mean, I'm always down for something interesting.
Like I said, if you don't want to take on this journey into find the spear of power to get you all back, you could all wait and see if the next caravan has a wizard that knows teleport and knows where you came from.
Well,
Not you though. I don't.
Yeah,
I think
that's
you're screwed.
thanks. I really appreciate it.
It does sound like you're pretty much fucked.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time someone fucked me over.
Anyway, I'm going to go and get your permission from the hetman of Brazilar, Alam. You just follow the street upward. Actually, just through Frugarm will take you around town. Correct? You can guide them, and the giant man will just kind of look at him and nod like Jesus Christ, why the hell are you making me do this? Once you're done shopping, come and find me.
Julie signs at him. I appreciate it. Sorry for the inconvenience.
There's just a very sarcastic thumbs up.
See, we're going to be traveling through a desert. We're going to need transportation, water, rations for the time, say a mirror potentially, a tinderbox, starting fires. Oh dear.
Mira?
You need salt. Big barrel salt.
Yes, we do.
Swords, explosives, throwing knives.
Clearly, we go on very different expeditions.
Clearly.
Yeah, some bear traps? Caltrops?
Well,
Now they're talking.
Let's put you over here. There is a map here. You are here at this guy's house, the home of Aman al-Rakib, which he did not actually tell you what his name was. He'll tell you, he'll turn around and oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Aman al-Rakib, and that is Frugarm.
Rakib,
Oh,
right down.
I don't think I've gotten anyone's names at the moment.
Yeah,
Um,
but you-
I
I'm-
don't have either.
It's
I'm
been a rather
Lara-
shocking turn of events.
I'm Ulara Burbisa.
Alara?
Ulara.
Interesting. Where are you from, perchance?
Oh, well, the village.
Remote civilization, then. Makes
I
sense.
don't
You
know.
don't even know
It's
I mean, no offense, just
it's pretty close to the water and the mountains.
well, I should hope that we have a way of finding a way to get you back home when all this is over and done with.
Well, I'm on a
Yeah.
pilgrimage now, so I mean, we'll just go where the gods take me.
Yeah, it's a good spirit for all this. Well,
Putting an awful lot of faith in a god.
Yes.
So, you you watch the wizard. He kind of scurries down this this little arm here of this main street,
mm-hmm.
and Frugarm kind of gestures to follow him up this way. Because the bazaar is here, and you can find all of the things on your list there.
One shopping
What's
montage later.
He wants us to follow him.
Wow, we've bought a lot of tents.
There's a lot of tents for some reason. Sorry, I still think that's really funny. I don't know why.
No, I appreciate the privacy.
And
Better have them and not need them. You never know. He's left us with a pretty substantial amount of gold here to work with. I believe we still have at least... Should say I'll have well over 200 left at this point. All right.
And you say these scrolls will let me cast magic?
Potentially. You usually
I'm
need to
still-
have some sort of inborn magical ability of your own, but
I'm still surprised all these merchants took that relatively useless metal in exchange for goods and services.
it has its uses in
Well-
alchemy, but yes, not much beyond that.
Hey, it's shiny and somewhat rare, therefore it can be used as currency.
Oh,
Can be traded for goods and services.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ain't much good use for other things. So as a bartering tool, it works.
Well,
See, back in where I'm from, we've ditched that altogether.
I've read about post-scarcity societies.
Oh God, no. No. We are quite the scarce society.
Oh. Noted for that. Well,
Yeah, our world might have been on fire when I left.
well,
it's hot here too.
I meant metaphorically.
Well, I did not.
oh, that makes more sense because I didn't think Earth burns very easily.
Oh my God.
So, if we are roped together in a prophecy that could potentially be quite lucrative, regardless of its truth, I shall introduce myself next. I am Professor Mortimer Corradine Lauren. I teach in Waterdeep. Nothing particularly prestigious, but largely focusing on realms of anthropology, specifically on the Netherese.
What's
And
that?
far more used to a society that lived far to the north of here in a far colder clime. Their cities flew in the air, they got callous, and then their cities all fell down, and one of them tried to become a god. Though I heard that the crown that they used to achieve it was found recently, but no one's quite sure what became of it.
Were you raised by bullywugs?
Oh, heavens.
Are you like
What-
willfully not listening when we
Well-
say he ain't a goblin?
Well, no, bullywugs. It just Mortimer sounds like a bullywug name.
I've never conferred with any bullywogs. I've not had much dealings with fey sorts.
oh goddamn. Were you raised by bullywugs? Fuck's sake.
What's a bullywog?
Do I look like I was raised by bullywogs?
No, you look like a human,
Yeah.
Well, good to know.
You're just a little crazy.
but it's
a
just
bullywug?
Mortimer sounds like a bullywug name.
What is a bullywog?
Frog now.
Well, they're like lizard folk, but they don't have tails, and their skin is smooth, sort of like a goblinoid, but wet.
So, slimy skin?
Yes.
Eyes are rather big on their head. Mouth so
I mean-
real big.
I would say their eyes are normal, but I suppose to goblinoids they would look larger than average.
I ain't a goblinoid.
I mean, I don't know what we call people from Soil Planet.
What?
Dirtberg.
Dirt? Earth?
I'm just Julie, plain and simple.
Well, okay, Earthanoid Julie. I don't know where you fit into the scheme of things, but I mean, you do look like a human.
It makes sense because Joe
Uh,
come from dirt.
What?
It
No,
makes sense because
not
Joe come from
Jewel.
dirt.
Julie. No, it ain't a
Julie.
joke. It's my name.
Jewels do come from dirt.
Yes. It all makes sense now.
Oh, dear.
Wow,
She looks at you, Vivi. Professor.
I'm learning so much about
It's gonna be a long
linguistics.
trip.
Oh, I'm beginning to grasp that myself. Well, what about you, miss?
Have I seen you before at the library? Candlekeep.
Oh, you're from. I have been there, actually.
Mm.
A few times.
So maybe I'd seen you once before.
Well,
Oh, you're a librarian.
More of a sentinel of tomes.
yes, there's quite a few goods in Candlekeep that could very, very dangerous if fallen into the wrong hands.
Certain books I'm not privy to talk about.
Well, I feel
Oh,
safe
so
we're in
you're
your
like-
capable hands already. You look like you know how
You're
to
like
handle that sword.
Oh, I do.
Splendid.
Oh, so you're like security for the forbidden section.
Let's just say I've dealt with a few wizards looking for tomes and magic items that maybe they didn't have any business being there.
I can respect that.
Splendid.
If they deserved them, they would have been able to get them.
You've got to have the right clearance, darling.
I don't care. I don't care much for that bureaucracy stuff.
And in some instances, it is rather fitting, and apocalyptically powerful tomes containing forbidden spells, well, that certainly fits the bill.
Sort of how
I
we
suppose
find
that's fair.
ourselves here.
Sphere of power is certainly something Candlekeep would do well to keep contained. It's just sitting there in a tomb, and other people apparently might be looking for it. Well, I'm not terribly altruistic, all things considered, but I certainly welcome the opportunity. This is the sort of place on the map that we don't usually even draw out in detail. Where I'm from, if I bring back even a shred of concrete reliquaries or anything of that sort, oh, I could rub it in so many faces.
Oh yeah, you got your priorities straight.
Well, yes. He's a professor.
I'm not the world-saving type. I'm barely an adequate wizard. I don't even teach wizardry. I just learned it for self-defense as a child because I was bored and there was a plague going on.
Ooh, plague.
One of several.
Black Death.
No, ours was Green Death.
It's before my time, but my guardian, she knew about it.
Well, that is all you really need. That's all I really have to share at the moment. I have a degree of wizarding talent, though I've a bit squeamish when it comes to the art of actual combat or self-defense. Mostly I intend to be keeping out of that. My talents lie largely in uncovering information.
So what do you bring to a scrap?
He just kind of flexes out his fingers and like just the littlest bit of like frost appears at the edges. I'm afraid I'm not much better than that.
We'll have to find you something. Like, I don't want to throw you into anything you're not ready for, but we might have to protect ourselves.
I don't intend to
can't
throw
do it.
myself into much of anything. I intend to stay as far away from it as possible.
Okay,
Well-
but if we get into a fight, are you just gonna watch the rest of us get mauled?
No, of course not.
Don't
I'll
worry
just
about getting hurt. I'm a healer.
see.
Oh,
That's useful.
East, do not worry. I will not let the others touch you.
Just
What?
a quick question. What's everybody's passive
Yeah.
perception?
Oh, boy.
Passive. Let's see. I gotta find where it is on here now.
It's
Yeah.
You know what your ability score is? Is one of the tabs over under senses.
Yep, that's right. All right.
My passive perception is 17.
70.
My passive perception. Oh wow, 13.
If you
How are
don't,
you, wait,
don't
how are you so?
2 15s and a 17 are the highest.
Okay.
How is it so bad? I have a +3 to wisdom.
you don't have anything in the perception skill, that also boosts your passive.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
So the two 15s and the 17. People have been milling around you because it's a bazaar, and a few times it looks like somebody's looks like they're thinking of getting sticky fingers, but they notice that Fugrum is there, and he looks at them, and they scurry away.
Yes.
I will say, any potential thief that Ka notices, he kind of sighs and wilts a bit when they run away.
And the 17 also gets you something else, TT.
Yeah?
You look up every couple seconds just to look at the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and you see winged shapes fly over here and land in front of there periodically, like they're doing patrols.
How big are these wing shapes?
About the size of a horse,
Ooh.
and they're being ridden by a person who gets on and off, like somebody has they're changing shifts.
I go and peer at these winged creatures curiously.
Okay, I'm going to put one on the map just so you can see what it is. Where are you? Yeah, you're one of
Hey,
these.
don't go off on your own, church girl.
What's a church?
Did you go on there?
How do you?
I'm
Are
just gonna
you
make it
real?
really big so you can see what it looks like.
Whoa.
It's a Durgan.
Ooh.
It's a
Magnificent.
that is a
They're riding dragons.
it's not quite a dragon. If you saw it, either one of you, either one from Candlekeep or the one from Waterdeep, you'd probably be able to tell what these things are.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier that Mortimer knew what dragon elves were, so yeah.
That is a dragon elf.
Splendid. Quite the healthy thing. Already a wonderful sight.
Yeah, and there's
Feel a little safer seeing one of those flying around.
there's at least 15 of these flying around the city at any given time.
Oh, that makes me feel a lot better. Still need to watch our pockets, though.
Huh. Pockets. You don't know why that's funny.
No, I don't.
Well,
Oh.
you're a wizard who ain't got much in the way of fighting skill.
No,
You're
but
a
when
healer.
we come a tomb, you will be glad you brought me along.
You're the smart one, yeah. You're a healer, church girl.
I don't.
what do you-
I don't know what a church is.
It's where people worship God. How do you,
You mean
know
a-
what that is?
You mean a temple?
Yes, I mean a temple. They're yes.
Oh,
a
church is what Earthanoids call temples.
No, we have both. It's
Oh,
different denominations have different names for their places of worship.
oh. So you have demi-nations in addition to normal nations?
What is a demi-nation?
I'll explain
You
that.
just said a
later.
demi-nation.
No,
explain
denomination.
So, are there any people that
denomination.
worship your feathered serpent god differently than you do?
Oh, yes. I've been told that many worship him under the name of Quotal as a plumed dragon, but that's a heresy of modern sects. Jerizian is the true name of the feathered serpent god.
Rizian? Well, think of it as a slightly less offensive version of that, and that is a denomination.
Oh, so denominations are people who have different ways of worshiping the same god?
In a sense, that's an adequate explanation.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, there are many denominations of the World Serpent's religion. I'm pretty sure we all worship at temples, though.
I'm not really into.
I've never
worship
heard the
myself.
word church. That sounds like another bullywug word.
Not entirely wrong.
Oh my
I-
god.
We don't have bollywogs.
So Earth,
have,
Earth sounds very interesting. You're all fighters there?
Oh God, no.
Well, you seem surprised that some of us weren't.
Oh no. I'm just trying to figure out what y'all do.
And
Well,
have
what
you
do they
lived
do
with
on Earth?
me?
What do Earthanoids do?
What the
Oh, dear.
Earthlings? They call them. They call themselves Earthlings. First
Earthling.
of all, not Earthanoids. Yeah.
So you're an Earthling.
Just felt like so motion with the hand. Like I said, I'm not originally from Earth.
Oh. Well, where are you
I
originally
don't
from?
I don't know its name. I know it was a very dangerous place.
Oh.
But enough about that. Earthlings. Well, the general populace ain't got much to fight in sales either, but they've invented these things called firearms.
Oh my! I think there's some spells that do that. I knew a shaman who was able to cast burning hands.
Not the same thing. It's
Like a higher version of that.
projectile.
Burning hand firearm. Is there a
No. See,
flaming torso?
it's a mechanism that is activated with gunpowder or a black powder, maybe you might know it as. That causes a very small explosion inside the mechanism to shoot out a projectile.
I've seen a number of powders, but I can't recall any of them being black. Are you thinking of mold?
No, canonically,
No.
in Faerun, black powder has been obliterated by the gods because they do not want you to have guns. That is canon.
It actually is. Artificers are trying their best, but there's a reason there aren't many of them in this world.
That's amazing.
So everybody's
different
just
worlds,
staring
right.
at you like, what?
Ed Greenwood had a lot of ideas.
Hey, different worlds? Who's to say they all share the same,
So, you burn mold,
It's not mold.
and it makes arms of fire?
Are you like, going out of your way not to listen to my words?
I'm just trying to parse them. You say a lot of things
Well,
that are very foreign.
Well, yeah, so do you. But when I say it's not
Oh, I
mold,
do?
and then you say, yeah. When I say it's not mold, and then you say it's mold, it comes across like you're not listening to me.
Oh. So it's a black powder if it's not mold.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, I can't help but notice there's one of us who's not done introductions yet, who has been
Yeah.
brought into this entanglement. Ka, was it?
He was watching this back and forth with rapt attention. That just
Like you're watching tennis.
Yeah, exactly. Back and forth. Yeah. Then when Mortimer speaks up, his head almost snaps all the way around towards him. He goes, "Oh yes, he's called Ka. Yes, is human. Good human name is Ka. Yes."
Oh! Oh, so humans have names like normal people.
Still said. He just then he goes, "Oh, human don't like my name for some reason.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
His
Man,
nickname
what's your actual name?
Kachin.
Kachin?
Kachin." And he then pauses for me and goes, "Oh, it's bad accent." And then he makes the almost pitch perfect sound of a bag of coins jingling.
Oh, cha-ching!
Kachin.
Wow.
How
Well,
did you do that with your mouth?
You have inadvertently answered a couple of questions and raised many more.
For some reason, people do not like doing the businesses with the merchant who his name is Kachin. So it's Khan.
That is odd.
You are quite skilled at throwing your voice, sir.
Oh, throw?
What a
He's not
sir,
throwing,
right?
mimic. Tells
I
her that.
can't actually tell.
Tells her that. Yes?
Oh, it's a remarkable thing. It's a true talent.
Tells her again. He's told I am quite bad at it, actually.
Well, then you must be surrounded by true grandmasters of the craft.
Stares, just like,
A lowly plebeian like myself, I'm afraid if I tried to throw my voice, it would just land on the ground in front of me.
Are you being
Is that
ironic when
a-
you call yourself a lowly plebeian?
In this field of talent, yes. How do you know what a plebeian is?
Context clues.
oh, he's
You're not as
Elvish word.
provincial as I
Good
thought.
job.
He's plebeian.
said
is
lowly.
Elvish word.
And that implies that a plebeian is something bad. And I think you keep saying things that sound self-deprecating in tone. When clearly you're very fancy.
These are rather out of fashion, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Are all the goblinoid species so harsh on keeping up with times?
I
I don't think I'm entirely prepared to answer that question.
church girl. Again,
Temple.
not a goblinoid. Temple. Sorry. Temple girl. Not a goblinoid. A human. All right.
Well, I'm sorry, but I was taught humans are a type of goblinoid.
That is not true, right? That's not
There's-
correct.
Answer that
Goblins and hobgoblins and bugbears and orcs and elves and dwarves and gnomes and halflings and humans and some others that I think I'm forgetting.
Interesting.
Drow?
I dare you to
Wow.
call a draw a fucking goblinoid to their face.
Goblinoid, yeah.
You'd
You're gonna
watch
get
their
fucking
head-
shanked.
Their heads would explode.
Their skin would turn red for a moment from fury. You'd hear cartoon steam engine sounds.
And that's the normal drow. Do that to
Yeah.
a Lothian drow, and they might just fucking die.
Power
It counts as vicious mockery.
Are you a type of goblin?
Do you know you're a goblinoid?
Uh, um.
So
Hey.
by this time, all of your purchases have been put into the wagon by Frigon.
Yeah, she'll sign at him. A thank you very much.
It's we've gotten the wagon hooked up to Moo, correct?
Yes. I think that's the you went and bought a wagon first
Yeah.
go.
Yep, wagon was part of the
Yeah.
purchase.
Carriage, then all the thingies. It's like now that like Moo has like a saddle and everything, she is no longer necky. She is wearing like long flowing like silk drapes across her body to protect her from the sun in part. It like have you seen like Arabian horses where they just have like long flowing saddle drapes all across them?
Yep.
Mhm.
It's like that, but a fucking Myosaur.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
That
fabric.
is quite the sight. See, in my world, well, Earth world, whatever. Dinosaurs are extinct.
You do not know
Oh,
what
no.
is Dinosaurus. He's just a
What?
big lizard.
That's sad for your world.
Oh yeah, ain't it?
They're such a valuable group of beasts of burden.
Hmm.
And cattle. And livestock.
I wonder. Just looks down, feeling the hard cobblestones on his feet, realizing that in his dainty little boots, he is probably going to have terrible blisters within like 3 hours. Excuse
Yeah.
me for a moment. I need to ask the locals a few questions.
Okay.
And he will attempt to slip off and just begin communing and asking a few questions about the history of the place and if there's anywhere that something might be particular might be found.
Okay. Most of the merchants don't really know the area. They stay here. They get their goods from passing merchants, and then they mark it up and sell it back to you, basically.
I see.
Most of them haven't ever been out of this town. They do point you over here to this this place, or up at either the Raj, the palace, or the temple up here. People up there would probably know more about those kinds of questions. They could tell you about the local area, like the mountains that are surrounding you. They can tell you that is the dust wall. They know that there's a pass to the south and a pass to the north. North Knife Pass, and then the South Pass. But other than that, they into the desert. Anything that you would be asking about, they will not know.
Noted.
They will point you to where people would know.
Well, he will gladly seek that out. While we're waiting, I'm going to see if I can figure some things out.
Okay, so when you get
We're
here,
gonna get some local knowledge.
Yes, get the lay of the land, learn the place. Might even see if I can pick up a book to learn the language.
It's not a bad idea.
Do you think there's a good place to get some gerbils here?
Jarbles?
Yeah, I'm feeling peckish.
so the building that you
Neat.
go up to here, Vivi, is it's got a sign on it. It's a low building with a sign of 2 palm trees arching over the door. They're colored golden. It is the Inn of the Golden Palm.
Charming. And not a speck of mildew anywhere.
It is actually very well appointed inside. It's very clean, and smells of incense and fresh sun-dried linen. There's a small stage where you can, if you were a musician, or a dancer, you could go up there and perform. But at this time, oh, that's an interesting fucking question. You just, I just saw your interesting question. Okay, that interesting question somebody in the bazaar could have answered for you, but I'll get to that in just a minute.
Yep.
At this time of the day, there's only a few people in there. Some of the people that you saw flying the Dragonelles actually have walked in here in the time that you were in the bazaar. But the most immediate person, she comes right up to you. She goes, "Well, hello. How can I help you? Do you need a room? Would you just like lunch? It is lunchtime."
Well, I suppose I've recently come into a bit of a imagine this, something of an adventuring band. I'd never imagined myself the sort, but I like to make a good first impression with them. What do you have on stock somehow? I would like to bring 5 portions of it.
Oh, well, for lunch today we have. You're gonna make me bug it.
You could just say this.
This.
It's fine.
It's very lovely spiced meat of some sort, probably lamb, and
Oh. Well, I will take 5 plates of it, if you please.
Okay. Will your friends be in a minute? I can sew you to a seat.
So I will go and fetch them in a moment. So, how much, though? I'll set the money down first. I don't want to make it think like I'm making you put in work and then potentially leaving. I'm not that sort of customer.
You don't have to worry. I would have chased you down in the street.
You probably would have caught me.
This lady is about 50 years old, but she looks like she has the sort of physique that like Batwoman would have, basically.
Yeah, I figured. She's chased down people that tried to dine and dash before.
But she'll say that it's 5 silvers, just for a silver for a lunch, basically.
Gladly. Yes, of course. Got plenty left over for that. So, all right, I will go and fetch them.
Take your time.
Well, good news. So, I'm still seeking out my initial question, but in case you all are hungry, the inn over there is serving a rather delightful smelling spiced lamb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do they have gerbils?
I don't know, you can ask, but I think you'll like the lamb well enough.
Lamb? I don't know if I've had lamb.
Well, you got an opportunity to try. I've already paid for it. It's on me.
Mm.
Oh, that's awful sweet of you.
Similar to myself to eat.
Goats will eat anything, though.
Mm.
If you're not comfortable eating the lamb, you can ask her for something else. She'll probably have something.
That's up to you.
We are fuzzy.
The merchant you asked about the other thing catches your eye and goes, "I've got what you asked for. I don't know why you asked for them, but I'll
It's a complete
have
set,
them-
or at least close enough to it.
It will be a complete set. I just have to clean it.
Oh, that's not necessary. I can handle that.
Okay. It's going to be over here because you said you came from the wizard, and he can deal with that shit. We will just drop it on his lawn for you. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I will explain to him the significance of the event. After lunch, of course. Thank you so much. And he'll toss a silver piece to him as a tip for that.
You are welcome. I still think you are very strange, but okay. And everybody else will see the results of that later.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's been a bit since I've taken some fresh sales.
Well, have a seat and enjoy yourselves. If you would like something else, by all means, you can. It keeps right over there.
I don't know what a lamb is, but it sounds tasty.
It smells awful nice.
So, the owner comes back with 5 plates. And she introduces herself as Takuna.
Takuna.
Welcome to the Inn of the Golden Palm. I hope you enjoy your lunches. Is there anything else I could get for you?
We
Can
have
I
some
the ra-
gerbils?
Can I have the rarest?
Gerbils. I'm afraid we do not serve gerbils. She is looking at you and noticing that you are very snake-like. It's like, but I know you could get some later if, I'm guessing that you would prefer them alive. I'm not. Please enjoy your lunches before I tell her where she can get her lunch. she
Already eating it.
Gerbils are more of a snack.
I will be able to tell you where to go to get those, but please enjoy your lamb.
We will, thank you.
It's splendid. So much more flavor than anything back home.
Jazarian bless you.
Have whatever's vegan.
vegan.
Oh.
Yes. She'll take your plate unless somebody else wants it, and
Oh, I'll take that.
she will exchange it for what would be the most appropriate thing here?
Parts of palm, I don't know.
Lentils.
Lentils.
Cactus.
It's it's spiced the same way. It smells just as good as the lamb, but you can tell it's all vegan, vegetarian.
All right.
Laura picks the strips of lamb, looks at them, and then just swallows them whole one at a time without chewing.
Julie. Does she like? How's she gonna do this?
Also, she does not use silverware.
I think she just
You didn't actually get
she
silverware.
brings the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Good.
I think she brings the meat to like her where her face mask and like pulls it away enough so she can put the meat like behind the face mask.
Ooh. This is very tender, and there's no bones in it at all.
Indeed. Not all of us can handle that quite so easily. I've known
Makes it go
fellows to
down
die from
very
face wounds.
smoothly. My throat's not doing any work at all.
God.
Good for you.
Good for you.
It's yeah, bones are a bit tricky to eat, ain't they?
Good for you.
Well, no, you just have to compress, and then they snap.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you want to hold on to one.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I, the player, want to ask why you know what it's like to eat bones, but it's completely normal for Ulara, so...
Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it. She's clearly a normal human.
Yeah.
This is what goblins do.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I've got a weird question. If I could ask you aside for a moment.
I've heard many weird questions. What is your question? Yes?
She'll like you go a bit away from the table. Do you have the animals like meat delivered here, or do you do any of the slaughter in here?
I get it from the man at the bazaar who does the slaughtering.
Oh, okay. So if I were looking for like some sturdy bones, that's probably a good place to look.
I mean, probably. Are you looking for the
thank you.
bones to make soup? It seems like you're going on a journey into the desert. That would be a good thing to have, I suppose.
Yeah. I like to get some really dense, tough bone because it lasts a bit longer, makes more soup.
Okay, yes, yeah. You would want to ask for. Let's see here. What is his name, actually? I am not pronouncing that. So you are getting Kerher instead. You want to ask Kerher. He is the proprietor of dried meats and fresh meats that you probably passed by.
Well, I think that's where we bought our rations from.
Yes, he would have the bones.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. That was.
I really appreciate it.
Bones are important for soup.
Yeah. Yeah, but you never know how some people are gonna react, you know?
She gives you.
I'm not from here. I'm not from here, cultural differences and all.
I could tell that none of you are from here. Not to be rude, but I could easily tell.
Mortimer is just having the most white man reaction possible to eating spiced food. His nose is running over there, and he's just fanning himself a little.
I hope he's not dying.
It wasn't even spicy.
Oh, I took too big a bite.
Professor, that wasn't even spicy. What's wrong?
You have to understand, where I'm from, we mostly just eat boiled fish.
Oh shit, you're from Britain.
I don't know what you just said, but it felt right.
He said he was from Deepwater on the coast of Swords.
Yeah, that's what he said. That is what it is. I'm just having a strange moment of existential crisis. Well, while the rest of y'all finish your meal, I'm gonna go run a quick little errand, if you don't mind.
I actually had something to do myself. I can accompany you if you desire safety.
Numbers is probably good.
Well,
We are in a new place. Sure.
Of course. He'll get up and pace out, take a big swig of a water skin. Oh,
We have
it's
got.
not helping. It's actually making it worse.
We have. Yeah, no, you have milk.
You don't want to know what lactose does to me.
Oh my god.
Oh, I do not. I do not. I will pry no further.
You are a super nerd.
And specific.
We're sending the whitest white man out into the desert. He's gonna die.
Was my goal.
Look at him. He's gonna burn.
You have died of dysentery.
I don't know who this Terry is, but he sounds threatening.
Goddamn. Yeah. Well, what do you gotta do, Professor?
I had an appointment with the butcher, actually. They were supposed to make a bit of a delivery on my behalf.
The butcher.
Yes.
That's also where I was headed.
Oh, splendid.
So,
All right.
you want-
Let's take care of that then.
you
Of course,
both-
I'm right behind you.
You both get to the butcher, and the guy looks up from cutting into an animal. I'm not going to describe it any more than that. And
Yeah.
he goes, "Oh, God, correct. Good, wonderful. You're back. Can I help you?"
Yes.
Oh,
Turns
well,
out another of our group needed your services.
Yeah. Damn it. Well, I guess.
Believe it can't be any
Yeah,
worse than what he
now.
asked me for earlier today. So just spit it out, please.
You got any nice sturdy bones?
He
Just looks at you and
He really does. He just kind of pauses as he's like slicing meat, and he looks at you, and then looks back at the professor like, "What the? What is whatever?" I had to get rid of them. And what kind of sturdy bones are you meaning?
You know what? Maybe with some roughly my size.
Just cow bones? What?
Yeah, yeah. I don't need anything specific. Just some tough ones.
you're looking for something approximately human-sized? Why?
It's
It's an interesting request.
Do I like?
long story. I'll tell you later.
Well, if you're looking for something closer to human size, I'd recommend pig bone.
Are they tough?
Oh, rather, yes.
Pig. I have used pig bone before. That's a good. Yeah. Some pig bone if you got
Do
it.
not. I do not serve pigs.
Cultural
Oh,
differences. That makes sense. Well,
Goats. I have the cows. I have.
Yeah. Goat would work, especially like their horns or their skull.
Okay. I will deliver that along with yours. at the same place, because the wizard deserves it for bringing wherever you were to darken my doorstep.
Hey, well, that's awfully rude.
Thank you, so. Drops another silver piece and it's like, I will eagerly await the delivery.
He'll go back behind his thing and like, you have to imagine this bazaar as the most shady place in the entire world. Nobody here is friendly.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
gotcha.
And he thinks that you're buying bones because you are going to use them for some sort of weird nefarious purpose, and he doesn't want to know.
I am none the wiser about this.
So you're getting
Chili, I
an
look down
entire
at you.
goat skeleton, and you're getting an entire
Awesome.
horse skeleton.
Ah, what?
Yep. They're both delivered to the same place. It's like, oh, good. It's like, just need to pass them over, make sure. Some of them are not from the same animal. He misled me. Should not have
Is
tipped
that
him the
a
second time.
horse skeleton?
Why, yes.
That is
Delightful. I've never actually had a chance to attempt this before. He cracks his knuckles. And you notice that one rather unfortunate thing. The skull of the horse very clearly died in combat.
Oh no!
There is a blade sticking out of its skull that is firmly lodged in there. It's like, oh, that's a quirky character trait.
Well, if you're doing what I don't know what you're doing.
I cast Find Steed. He opens up his fancy, not new-looking spellbook at all. It's like, oh yes, splendid. This sort of thing normally is only reserved for holy orders. I thought that was a mistake. Excitedly, just not paying attention to anything around him, begins reciting like full-on Necronomicon chants. And like the air gets dark and heavy around him.
Oh my!
The bones begin to assemble together in a bluish-green, mildew-colored light. They assemble and take on an animated stance, and it stands in a crude mockery of life. Beautiful. Your legs are perfectly symmetrical in the end.
Did you just perform a crime against nature?
You think nature cares?
Oh well, no, but
He walks up and just starts petting the holy skull bones of this unresponsive creature.
You turn and you see that the wizard has come back from meeting with the leader of the town, and he's like holding some amulets in his left hand as he's watching you do this. Like, that was interesting.
This is news to me as well.
He's outfitting it with like a saddle and like a whole bunch of harnesses and stuff. It's like, I need a name for you. I know. I'll call you Lloyd.
I think that was the worst part of that, actually. Anyway, luckily that's not illegal here, but you might want to be careful. Here. These are tokens of passage. You can get through the pass whenever you feel like it.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you very much, good sir.
They're copper
Now,
medallions. It's these are basically for you to pass through town. I have a silver one because I live here.
Okay.
Julie pauses, looks up at him. Oh, you don't happen to know what cadmium is, do you?
What exactly?
That is exactly the response I was hoping for. Thank you.
Okay, you are all
Picks
very...
up. She picks up the goat bones.
Oh god, I can't wait to see what this is going to happen. He's
Do
walking...
you need help with any of this?
Are you? Y'all two ain't about just like watch me, right?
Why wouldn't we? Is this something you prefer privacy on? I don't mind. It's a perfectly noble craft.
What? No, I ain't doing that. She motions at the horse.
Oh. Well, if you insist.
I'm
And he
not
just gets up on Lloyd and just starts cantering
I'm
off
not a
down the
man.
street.
Oh, right.
Going back to the inn up here, or
Yep.
Well, are you gonna stare at me while I do my business, or are you gonna give me some privacy?
You do with your bones what you will, and he'll go back into his house. Just remember to give your friends the rest of those.
I've got
I
them.
will. And
He'll just approach the inn and tie Lloyd up and start handing out the medallions to everybody.
after a little bit, Julie catches up with a bit more of a spring in her step.
So, about how big are these medallions?
Well, they're about the size of a coin. They're round.
Okay.
It's just an orb of copper, basically.
All right. So, when is it like a latch or something for it like to hook on to a necklace or chain?
It's on a chain already.
That won't do. Sorry. Ka quickly disables the chain. Like takes it off the chain.
Disables the chain.
Sorry, I worded that perfectly.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much.
He undoes the chain and he reaches like into like his robes and pulls out a chain from around his neck, and jangling on that chain is like some keys and then like 10 different holy symbols of various gods and faiths.
What the fuck?
And he will then thread the coin through the chain until it smacks against what appears to be a symbol of Tyr, and then he will pull it back into his robe.
Okay.
Colorful collection.
Oh, yes. When things go bad, it is good to see if anyone is listening. Anyone.
Julie comes in.
It's like you lied about
Sans
it.
bones. What?
Laura looks at her medallion and is like, "This is pretty, but why are you giving it to me?"
Apparently, it's so we can get in and out of the town. It's a mark of transit.
Oh, like a clan mark. All right.
Akin to that. This is clearly for outsiders, though. Our gracious host who invited us all here had one of silver hanging about himself.
Yeah, because he lives here.
Either way, it'll get us in and out. We're at least in, I
Oh,
suppose.
yeah, that's nice. Oh.
You look rather... Well, see, you look healthier, somehow. Less peaked.
Yeah. I just have to do my business. God, that sounds gross.
Does
It does.
actually-
Oh,
Can I insight that?
this,
Yeah.
this
Well, hold on. I need to see if I actually... Let me see if I am... I do have insight. Can I please insight that?
If she
I'm
says
okay
it's
with it. Yeah.
If you want to check other players, you have to ask them first, because I'll let it happen. 12.
I
That's
don't
who I was
have
at.
deception.
I did get a
I don't
12.
have I don't have deception, so I'll try, but
Are you trying to lie to him? I mean,
like she's trying to conceal what's going on here, but like
if you don't have deception, you can't roll for it.
well, shit. Wait a minute. All right, yeah, no, she did
It's-
something weird.
It's a 12. You don't have to give me a lot.
Yeah, no, she did something weird, and she's like trying to be secretive about it.
He
So-
just nods for a moment and just, well, Good to see you in good order. Just
So-
carries on like nothing happened.
On the mention of business, Ka like quickly like dilates in and just like or dials in and goes, "Oh, you make good overhead,
What? Oh no, sorry, little one. That was a figure speech.
Just instantly just loses all interest. No,
I'm sorry. Um.
I don't know what time.
Did you show them? Did you show them your horse?
Oh, Lloyd? No, of course not. He's outside. I'm not bringing him in. Don't want him to get the wrong idea. I don't want to give them the wrong idea about this sort of establishment allowing horses inside.
I don't think the horse part's the one that is gonna catch most people's eye.
I don't see what you mean.
All right.
We are an
Well,
odd
everyone-
sort of pilgrim group, aren't we?
I'm not a pilgrim.
Well, we're on a pilgrimage.
I consider
You
myself
are
more
on
of
a
a
pilgrimage,
student than a
friend.
pilgrim, but I suppose there's a commonality.
Yeah, you're on a pilgrimage, and it's all good for you. But I'm not on any of that. All due respect, you do you, but not my thing.
Well,
Religious
Like it or
folk
not.
called quite, huh?
so, like it or not, we were brought here not entirely of our own will, and by that I mean not of our own will at all. And we are expected to work together in what could be quite the enterprise.
Ah, shit, yeah, we're gonna be together for a while, aren't we?
I have never partaken of any sort of adventure work like this myself. I have funded expeditions into Icewind Dale and accompanied folk to help clear out various tombs and the like in the area, but I have to admit,
that
I've never
a-
played an active role in such a thing. I'm normally in the background.
Is that a preferable term for everyone? Adventure? We're adventurers?
Errant work, People who travel about and solve problems, usually for coin.
I would just like to get the terminology for our group right. We're adventurers?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
should
that-
work fine, right?
That will suffice. It is a term that usually answers questions. Assuming all of you are amenable to this venture, of course. I know I was rather skeptical of it myself, but the opportunity, it knocked hard upon my door.
I don't have much of a choice, but
Well, he said you could.
I'm in. Nobody
Yeah.
knows where the fuck I'm from.
You're from a
Dirt.
star that orbits.
No.
Well, who knows? With this sphere of power, you might be able to go anywhere you want.
No, I think I got it. A star that orbits another larger star.
Well, a planet that orbits a star.
Is planet not a synonym for a star?
Not really.
No. The stars are like, she points up like at the sun. That's a star. Big old ball of fire in the sky. A planet is the name for what we're standing on as a whole.
Oh my god.
Goblinoids. Well, I guess you're not a goblinoid. You're an earthling. Earthling divides things into very odd categories.
Yeah, they do. Most of my friends, people in my world don't think they exist.
Earthlings?
No, I'll see. Like I said, Earthlings are. Man.
So
No,
Well,
see, a lot of my
that's-
friends.
as this conversation is happening, Cheer,
Yes.
you feel something watching you, as you're eating still.
Mm.
I did leave you a message in your character.
Oh,
But
hang on.
Yep, you'll have to log in.
I'll have
The
to.
laptop's on my account.
okay, you know,
Yep. Hang
then
on.
I'll put it on I'll put it on
It's okay.
Vegas.
No, she's looking it
I
up
got
on her
it.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah, in the future, you can put it in mine as well for that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So would I already know what that message was about?
No, there's just something staring at you from the rafters.
Okay.
It's a very strange looking cat.
Well, anyway, my point was that
know,
we're in sort of adventure. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And just
That we're an odd sort of adventuring group. You know, we have me. We have a human, earthling, two
No.
others.
Again, I'm not an Earthling. Like I said, I came from a different world entirely.
Well-
you can call me a Razia.
Arazia.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said you didn't know where you came from. Wait, you came from a bad place. A painful place?
It's a harsh place.
A harsh place.
I know. Yeah. Probably not totally unlike the desert out there, but I was, again, wee baby when I was taken. And like when she says that, she kind of like absent-mindedly rubs like around her torso.
So you're Arazia who was taken to Earth, which is the name of a planet.
Yeah, good job.
Glad we've reached an understanding on that subject.
Wait, so like, the rest of y'all like do anything that would be considered weird to your people?
Yes.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, yeah. Technically, my family don't follow the main gods for my people. But that's because the main gods of our people are kind of flawed, corrupted fragments of the world serpent, as opposed to the most pure fragment of the world serpent.
Fascinating. So, I'm trying to get a frame of reference for how much I'm comfortable talking about.
No rush. I think we've got a long time to get to know one another. Assuming you want to stick around. You could try your luck with the caravans. There's plenty of powerful wizards out there in Faerun. I'm sure some of them
well-
can figure out a way for you to get back. Though you are quite a ways away from any I know.
Yeah, I know. I am always down for some shenaniganery.
Oh, you speak goblin?
No.
I believe that is a goblin word in origin.
While they're having that conversation, could I just slip out and maybe, I don't know if the beam is like above the table, but I could hop up there and
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
satyr. You can jump.
yeah,
You
I
jump
can
up
jump
there.
real high.
Oh,
So
yeah, you
let's just
can, yeah.
jump up there and be like, you know,
Parkour.
come here.
Just suddenly destroying that.
Yeah, you can jump up there.
I'm picturing you just finding like little faults in the wall and like going up them like a mountain goat.
Sure.
get up
And
there,
what a
and I imagine everybody's now watching you do this.
hard to miss, yes.
Yeah.
Now everybody else is looking up there. There's a cat about the size of a lion cub up there, and as she gets up there, it kind of like poofs out, and there's two wings that also poof out as it does that.
Oh.
It's like, I didn't know you were gonna come up here. I was just looking at you.
Space Invader.
Is that a Wampus cat?
No, anybody who has Arcana and is from Faerun can go ahead and
That'd be me and you.
Yeah, we both could.
All right.
Alright. Skills and tools. Alright, Mortimer, we have 14 and tier. $17. Fitting.
Damn.
Mortimer, you just missed. That's a really freaking weird Tressum.
Huh.
That's all
They
you
must
get.
breed they must breed Tressum differently here.
That's a Wampus cat.
Tyr. It looks similar to a Tressum, but you can tell that this is actually a very small variant of a Sphinx. Usually they just call them Sphinx of Wonder, but they're just little baby sphinxes.
Aww.
Aww.
Reach my arms up. Hello, darling. Look at you.
It takes you a while to get it to come over to you, but it does come over to you, and it is exactly how you would imagine a cat that is, what's their intelligence score again?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
I don't know.
I can pull that up and lickety split.
So I know they're
They're smart, I remember that. Yeah, they have an intelligence of 15.
yeah.
Wow.
It's exactly the way that you would think a cat would act if it had 15 intelligence.
The cat is smarter than I am.
Yeah.
It has all the energy of an orange cat, but with more than one brain cell. So
Oh no.
Oh god. Chaos
Too
incarnate.
powerful.
it knows what it's doing. And it can understand speech, so
It can no. I know you said speech, but my brain auto corrected it at first too. It can understand spite.
it can also understand
And-
spite, but because it's a cat, it
Yeah.
can understand that in the first place.
Yeah.
We'll say nonverbal cats understand spite.
Uh.
But it looks like it wants to hang around. It was listening to
Yeah,
your
battle
conversation,
opera-
and it was since it has 15 intelligence, it was listening to your conversation and is kind of just like, I'm kind of curious about this. I would, maybe you want somebody to come with you.
I'm bored with this small town of peasants. I grow weary of them.
There are a lot
Yeah.
of mammals here.
Is that not the case where you're from?
No, most of the mammals are very small and not very plentiful.
Well. See, where I'm from, most talking folk are mammals.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it's not great. Battle librarian. Is that your cat?
Tis now.
I'm imagining it's just wrapped around the back of your neck.
Seems quite eager to join us. Very interested in what we're up to.
Tressums make for fine
Really?
familiars.
What's it? No, that's a Wampus cat.
I'm afraid I don't know that word. Around here we call a winged feline a tressum, though it's very big for one. I'm used to them being rather dainty little things. They catch pigeons.
I see.
It is definitely much bigger than any Tressum you have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically
It has to be. It has to be looking at me with a lot of judgment for me comparing it to a Tressum.
It is.
How does it feel? How does it feel about Wampus Cat?
It doesn't know what a Wampus cat is, but it's also judging you.
Hey, look, wait, well, look, I'm sorry. I don't know what. Do you have something else you prefer? I'm gonna speak Druidic to it, I guess.
Are you gonna learn to speak with animals so you can speak with the fucking...
I'll ritual cast speak with animals.
It'll take like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're just chilling here right now, so.
I should ask, what time of day is it at this point?
I imagine you had arrived in, like, the afternoon.
I
It's
probably
been
need
a
to
couple
get
hours.
With the shopping and everything, we have about reached a period of daylight that we
You do make some tents.
or book a room at the inn and get going in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have enough to book a room if you would like. The scat is draped over you now, by the way, because I imagine you are just petting it like you would with a new cat. Just kind of roughing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Yes.
Ritual cast speak with animals. Can you understand me there?
I could understand you before.
Well, I couldn't understand you. It's the problem.
Well, that's your problem.
So, yeah, it is. Sorry about that. I gotta shape my vocal cords right.
Is there something you wanted to speak to me about in particular?
Yeah, you seemed unhappy with me calling you a Wampus Cat.
Just because that's not what I am.
Yeah, so what would you prefer?
Well, I don't know.
Well, what
called
are you?
A sphinx.
Well, shit.
I don't know what my name is
You're-
because I haven't been given one yet.
Well, I will tell your friend here exactly that.
Can't they speak common?
I am not sure, but I'm gonna go with it can't because it's funnier to just have a really fucking intelligent cat.
It is funnier. Yep. On their sheet, they canonically know Celestial and Common. They can just talk.
Oh, well,
Doesn't mean they choose
I
to.
mean, do what you want.
Also a baby, it may not know.
it depends on how Sarah wants to play it. If it
Yeah.
just suddenly starts speaking common one day.
Yeah, it can. It can just go ahead. I'll just
But,
Wonder Boy. He says his name is Hyperion.
Hyperion.
That's a name. It invokes great power. You, fearsome-looking creature for certain.
Thanks.
Oh.
Yeah, it
It says
could
in
you have done
common.
that the whole time?
I could have, yes, but I wanted to watch you waste your time.
Oh, what the? Come on.
I adore the attitude. You and I would be thick as thieves.
I hope so. You seem the most intelligent one here.
He's very well named to be Hyperpin.
What?
He's very worthy named to be Hyperpin.
For Pen.
Hyperpin.
Hyperpin. God.
This is a sphinx.
EpiPen.
We actually did pick Hyperion because hyper could be a short
I love
hand.
it. I love it, Hyperion.
Also, would you prefer me to speak for him, or do you want to speak for him?
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm gonna make
I
this.
knew you were excited about it, so go for it.
I'm gonna make this the sassiest cat in the
Channel your inner
world.
cat.
Please do.
So a
I
cat.
love
Hooray.
a sassy Wonder Boy. We need it.
It fits. It's the one thing Hansy couldn't do. He couldn't talk.
Oh my god!
That's true.
If you ever
Kill a dragon by breaking
Yeah.
its neck like a CIA agent,
We
but you
need
couldn't
a
talk.
sassy cat.
If you ever want to take over voicing him, that's fine. But I'm gonna channel all of my cat into him.
Awesome, please. Please do.
Well, you're not. He's not a wumpus cat and not a tressum. Is that what you called him?
A sphinx, you say? He's been speaking
Yeah,
common
yeah.
most of this time.
Yes.
Tressums normally can't talk. I've known a few of them who could, but... Well, apologies for the mistake. I've never seen a sphinx in person before. I've barely even read about them.
Well, I suppose that's okay.
Do you want some lamb?
I would love some lamb, actually. And you can tell that it has been, it is, well fed. It's not
I don't
chubby, but
doubt
it's well fed.
Well,
Do you mind if I share that, picture that I made of it, Sarah?
Sure. Yeah.
oh, there's picture.
I took a very specific photo of a very specific cat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
cat.
Lena
Oh,
was
I
looking
love
right at
it.
me. Where'd you go?
That is a fancy bitch.
Started talking about another cat. She left the room. She was like,
Wow.
fuck that.
I'm the only main
Aw.
character here.
She did. She left.
He literally left.
Like, oh, I see how it is. She apparently also has 15 intelligence.
Yeah.
I heard you were going into the desert, and you seemed like you might need some help.
Well, we're currently figuring out what all of us can do. So,
The one I've chosen is clearly the best one here.
she does carry herself like she knows how to fuck someone up.
Surely.
I'm gonna play it
Yeah.
as the cat who likes one person.
Yeah.
We're both a bit stabby, it seems.
I can
Stabby
do
tabby.
stabby. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Raven.
I stole that. I don't get a credit grant for that. I stole that.
I can do some stabby. It's not my forte, but I can do it. I'm a shit.
Quite.
Well, okay. Well, all right. You're a wizard who can't fight, which is fine.
Guilty as charged.
You're a healer. What do you do, little one?
Just gestures outside. He goes, you run over people with Simu.
Just run over people with your
Gotcha.
dinosaur.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
It's completely fair.
Also lifts a hand. He goes, have little magic. Little magic.
All right. And you're a fighter, battle librarian.
Flaming sword is a rather sure sign of that.
Well, shit, yeah. A friend of mine named Jill, she would make these blue fireballs and stuff. Pretty impressive.
And what are you, Zeri?
Razia, her name's Julie.
What are you, Julie the Razia?
I'm a Razia.
Yes, but like what?
So is
what
that
can
like
you
a
bring to this?
fighter or a healer or a
I can do a little.
shaman?
A shapeshifter?
Ah, he's
Oh.
druid.
Like a shaman.
I don't know what that is. Well, I've heard the word, but that ain't what I am.
He's like
Still, it's a
druid.
valuable skill.
Yeah. Well, my, none of y'all seem put off by shapeshifting.
Do you turn into
How would I
animals?
be?
I've known several shamans who can shapeshift.
Well, when
It's rather
says you
common.
turn into animals, she like does the it's like a motion with her hand. Sorta.
Believe it or not.
I can. Well, I guess it's not gonna be.
You would be called a druid here. If that
He-
Good
helps.
to
He's
know. Yeah. Well, sounds like this ain't anything weird to all y'all.
No.
Believe it or not, being polymorphed into a toad is a rather common prank around where I'm at.
So, like, can other druids like turn into goo?
No, I think you're just weird.
At that,
I mean,
Koss
I knew that.
squints for a minute and goes,
The one that produced the mushroom spores and made everyone cough. Not pleasant. He's like living fungus person.
No, I ain't. No, that's not me. Again,
No,
Razia.
he's saying these druids do many things. Many, many things. So
You
one
will-
that is not strange.
You still wield a
well-
primal sort of magic.
That's
That's
sort
true.
of. It's not exactly magic. I shape my body mass to do what I want it to.
Interesting.
I did know a couple of druids who couldn't shapeshift, but they were able to do other things. So shapeshifting into things that aren't animals doesn't seem that out of the norm.
So, like, do those druids can they like turn into a puddle?
They can turn into a cloud of gas. Some of them.
I can't do that. I have to keep my my mass together enough to control it.
Well, it certainly sounds useful. Have you had to use it to defend yourself before?
Yeah. I've had to defend myself quite a bit.
Good to know.
Maybe creatures from your planet just have very unique ways of using magic.
Well, this ain't magic. It's myself.
Lots of
Bells?
Not really, no. I mean, I get tired if I overexert myself, but I can't just like throw my mass around all willy-nilly.
I mean, I guess it depends on how we define magic. I've always thought everything had some magic in it.
Well, yeah,
It's-
that's a matter of perspective, you know. Like, I guess some could consider what I do magic, but like, for me, it's just my body.
Oh, he's like
Um,
the blood source. Use too much, you get faint because no blood.
Kinda.
It's
To-
new tribal lizard person likes to use the blood sorcery while drunk. The idiot.
Well, Well, I can't control other people's blood or body mass. At least I don't think I can. I guess I never tried, but like. Does anyone have any lamb left on their plate?
I've
No.
got a little bit.
Not after the Sphinx got there.
absolutely
Yeah, the
not.
Sphinx probably has cleaned it out.
The plate has been picked clean. There's actually pock marks in the plate if it's wooden.
Oh my god.
It's China.
Okay, then no. There's maybe like a slight scuff marks where something hard clearly hit the china.
So yours got eaten, Vivi, by the cat.
Yep.
All right. Well, she'll just a third limb, just, like, protrudes from her body, like from underneath her clothes, and just picks up one of the plates.
Okay.
And then, yeah, just like shows that to all of them before putting the plate back down and retreat. The pseudopod pulling back in.
The
Which
Sphinx-
the pseudopod is the same white color as her skin.
the Sphinx
You're a
rears
very
up
unique creature.
onto its back legs, like it sits on its back legs, and it very sarcastically claps its two front paws together once, and then slips back down.
Well, nobody asked you.
Don't talk back to it. You just give it power doing that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can do that and, like, stuff related to that. It's hard to explain without giving a demonstration, and we're not exactly in a safe place for that.
Yes, please don't do that in my inn.
Oh, no. We have no intention of starting any fracasing here. We shall
Yeah.
wait for that
That
if
was-
we happen on any ne'er-do-wells.
That was the innkeeper. She just fucking appeared
okay.
at your side. She just
Mhm.
appeared at your table and nobody noticed.
Oh, shit!
Quick on your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even
Are
not even you with your 17 noticed that, TT.
Nice.
You, quite the quiet one, huh?
Yes. From a former life. Is there anything else I could get you now that you are finished with your lunch, or...
Well, are we gonna set out now, or what? What's the plan?
We should probably rest. It's the high part of the day.
That's a good point.
I say we head out in the morning at dawn and see how far we can make it before we have to make camp when the heat begins to settle in.
Well, that sounds good.
Rooms for 5 of you? Are you going to be sharing, or are you looking for individuals?
I'd prefer my own room.
I wouldn't mind sharing.
I'm small.
I'll share.
Well,
Well,
3 rooms then, I suppose.
3 rooms, okay. It is a gold piece a night for a room, so 3 gold pieces total.
Cool. Okay, making a note of that.
Saved 2 gold pieces. Nice.
To be fair, 1 gold is like a fucking month's wage for most people.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm not trying to disparage.
We need all we can get.
I'm also just being silly.
The rooms
Well,
are
if y'all don't.
very comfortable that she shows you to and goes, if you need anything else, please she show you there's a bell by your door. Just ring that and somebody will be with you. Might not be me, but it will be somebody.
So, all right. Sounds good.
Splendid.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go relax then.
Enjoy your stay. We'll try and... You opposed to one of us knocking and waking you up in the morning, or can you rise on your own?
I can rise, but look, don't worry about knocking. Just give me time to get to the door.
All right.
Yeah. Nice talking with y'all.
Plenty of time to speak more.
Yeah. See y'all in the morning then.
Gives a little enthusiastic wave.
Thank you for all going along with this very railroaded entry into this adventure, because there was no other way for me to get you in here.
That's all
No,
good.
I'm happy with this. I'm happy to have time to bounce off each other.
I don't even consider these railroads. This is just like, yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
This is just exposition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go into calendar. I'm going to mark off a day. We started.
Okay.
15th of chess we started. So tomorrow is the new moon, because I know that's important for some people.
Oh shit. Shit.
Where is the one that I wanted to play for this? So you can tell when the day is dawned, because it gets hotter in your rooms. It was nice and cool over the night, but beyond the sort of gauzy window coverings, you could tell that it's getting brighter and hotter. Who wakes up first?
I'm gonna guess probably me, because I'm used to being up at dawn. Peak hunting hours.
That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you go downstairs?
Yep.
Okay. Who was sharing with who, by the way? Just
Out of it, it was shit. I have to get used to everybody's names now.
Yeah. That's why Julie has defaulted to nicknames immediately.
I was sharing, so
Yeah, I think it's like the three of us were sharing a room.
yeah.
Fancy boy had his own room. Fancy girl had her own room as well.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
so. Do you wake up anybody when you go downstairs, or do you just get up by yourself?
I don't know these people super well yet. So while I know that we're all supposed to get up around the same time, I feel a little awkward about waking them up. Especially because they're mammals, and they've got strange ways. So, I get up, and I get ready for the day. Put on fresh clothes, and then I sort of snoop around the inn to see if anyone's awake.
The innkeeper is awake. She again, her name is where is your name again? Takuna.
Takuna?
Takuna.
Takuna.
I had to find that in my notes again. She's awake and she sees that it's you coming down the stairs. And she greets you and says, well, bad news, I could not find any gerbils for you, but I do have this. And there's like it's a big empty, like, it would be like a live trap cage.
Ooh.
It's like, there are plenty in the desert where I have heard that you are going. And this is easy, the easiest way to catch them.
Well, thank you. What do I owe for this?
Oh, you can have that one. I have many. Since the Sphinx is not, apparently is going to attach itself to your group. Since it came in a couple months ago, we have not had any gerbils, so I do not need the traps anymore.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this very much. Jazirian's blessings upon you.
Thank you. Is there anything that you would like to know about the desert that you are going into? Because I can very easily tell that you are not from around here.
Yes. What sort of large game are there? Animals?
There aren't many. There aren't many very large ones. If you can stand eating horses, there are desert jackasses.
I'm thinking more of things that could pose a threat to the people in my adventuring group.
Oh, well. There are the normal things that you would find in a desert, like giant scorpions, giant spiders, things like that. There are wyverns, who are probably going to be the most aggressive flying thing, unless you are unlucky enough to find some dragons. The fire drakes and the dragon elves will stay away from you for the most part.
You are blessed with a wide variety of dragons.
Oh yes, blessed that will say that. Be careful. There are places where the sand gets very slippery, I guess is the correct word for that. And things lurk underneath it that will swallow you.
Good. Are there any bandits?
Some, not as many as you would think.
Well, that's good.
The air lancers usually patrol the route to the oasis and keep that mostly safe from that sort of thing. If you go off of the beaten trail, I say beaten, there's no real way to keep that any trail through the desert. If you are trying to find the oasis, follow the Sand Voyager's posts as closely as you can. You will be able to see them reflecting in the sunlight. They have trail markers. The sand will cover over any real trail, but you could follow those. Go off of that, and we can't guarantee that you won't find bandits. I don't know why you're going into the desert, but...
Oh, it's a holy mission. Although not all of my adventuring friends believe it so, we were told that we were part of a prophecy. So it's a holy mission. It's a pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage, okay. Is there anything you are going in there... Can you share anything with me so I might be able to give you any more advice?
Were we given much more details than that?
You're looking for star gems so you can find the sphere of power. Other than that, you're just going into the desert to search for those, and you know where 2 of them are.
So Ulara thinks for a moment, she's like, we're looking for, and then she pauses, trying to remember the word that her friend taught her is the right word instead of star. We're looking for planet gems to find an orbit of power.
I have not heard of those. I'm sorry, I can't help you with that.
Shoot.
I can recommend that if you go to if you follow the trail to the oasis, that you try to find a man called Hogan Underwood.
Okay.
He might be able to tell you that. He's a retired adventurer. He might know more than I would about that sort of thing.
All right.
And
Thank you very much.
with your 17 passive perception, you can see her doing something with her hands, like she's making signs like the big fellow from yesterday, but they're not the same. Do you know Thieves' Cant?
Unfortunately, she doesn't. She only knows common and a sort of a 1T language.
Okay, then it just seems that she is making some symbols with her hands, and you don't see any reason to comment on it because it seems to be a weird mammal thing.
She waves her arm in a concentric circle.
Okay, and she'll kind of nod to herself and go, "Okay, it's fine." Be careful of a man named Blackblade. You
All right.
just stay out of his general vicinity if you can.
All right. Thank you very much.
Good luck on your journeys in the desert. It's not a nice place. But if it's a holy mission and you must go in there, please take care of yourself.
I will. I'm a healer, and I'm going to make sure that we all get out of this alive and in one piece, and we fulfill the great destiny before us.
Yes. Good luck, and she'll go back to doing her innkeeper duties. She's getting breakfast ready, basically.
Okay. I'm going to add this trap for gerbils to my inventory.
It is. If you've seen live traps that catch cats and everything like that, it's exactly that, only smaller. Who wakes up next? Comes downstairs.
I'm a teacher. I'd probably be up pretty early too. But
Yeah, I'll follow behind.
As I said, Kyle probably wakes up pretty early. He's on that merchant grind.
I'm the last one awake then. Unless somebody knocks on her door.
You can wake up in your own time, I think.
yeah, I'm not going to push.
Well, yeah, she's the last one to come down. She's stretching and stuff. Good morning, everybody.
Indeed. Glad to finally catch you. I've been conversing our next moves for a bit.
Oh, Thara.
Yes, there's
well,
all
a bit
sorts
lost
of
in
things
dream.
that I learned from our good friend, the keeper of the inn.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there's giant scorpions in the desert, as well as parts of the sand that seem smooth and slippery that you'll fall into, and there might be something in there trying to get you. And also, there's beautiful wyverns, and possibly even full-on dragons. And dragonelles and drakes, just a whole abundance of scaly creatures. And then we need to find a person named Hogan, who is in the oasis, and we have to follow the path to the oasis. If we stray off the path, we might run into bandits. And Hogan knows all about the planet gems and the orbit of power. And then we also need to avoid a fellow named Blackblade.
Ominous.
He sounds like bad news.
Yes.
It's like an old pulp cereal.
That's exactly what this adventure path is like.
Well, I guess we want to go to that oasis first.
Indeed. Place to refill water nearby is always best. Well,
Yeah.
let's say we get out there and burn some daylight before it burns us.
Sounds good.
Should, ask Hyperion if he knows where any water sources are available, since he's a local.
Yeah, we definitely want to leave a topped-off water supply for certain. That's the one thing above all else we need to keep safe out there.
Well, you are going through the North Knife Pass. There's a mountain spring that comes down this side, but not into the desert. There are two main oases. The one that the innkeeper was speaking about is the Oasis of the White Palm.
All right.
And looking at your map here, if you are going to look for these star gems, correct, they're not planet gems.
Yes, they're star gems.
I'm going to direct you to the map handout again.
Yep.
That is all the way at the top of this map. So you would have to pass by two of your...
So that oasis is all the way up near the top, that little palm tree there.
This other palm tree is also another oasis, though. So
Good to know.
We got this path that kind of goes out of the way of some stuff. Including that big, cool-looking dragon.
that is just.
Yeah, any
marking
idea
for...
what that is, Hyperion?
Here there be monsters.
Ah, gotcha.
It's a very crude map.
Well,
Yeah, I've seen their lack before.
I do
most
think
of them
it could be
sailors.
better, yes.
well, maybe we can map out a better one as we go. I'm not an expert at it by any means, but I'm not terrible.
It'd be good to know where we're going.
As
I
you
do have a bit of direction.
Yes, we'll always know which way is north. Perfect.
Well, after you eat breakfast, is there anywhere else in town that you would like to go, or do you want to immediately head out?
I don't think they really
I
mentioned
would've-
any other major places of interest in the town relating to our quest.
Do you think there's a granary in town, and if so, do they have spare rodents?
Probably.
No.
Maybe.
No.
I mean,
No.
no. No, our innkeeper was awfully accommodating to finding you some small critters. I think she would have mentioned one.
That's true. I'm sorry, I'm just very peckish.
We'll be sure to leave traps out for any wayward desert life.
Well, I can do some hunting if we need it.
If everybody is ready to head out of town,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to put you on the Desert Hex map.
This-
You
Oh
are
man,
way down at the
It-
fucking bottom there.
it's so big.
Oh, Jesus.
So are we here
You start
or the
here.
south pass?
Oh boy. So yeah, and as you
Oh,
all step
God.
outside, you never actually did. You encounter what looks like an undead unicorn.
I'm gonna put that
Except
there.
the horn jutting through it is actually a very old, very rusted sword that got lodged through the skull. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Lloyd. Onward. Climbs up into the saddle.
I will say, almost immediately after Ka steps outside, once more, just a massive pear beak just engulfs his entire top half. Again, he left her alone for too long.
Come on now, Mew. Don't butt down too hard.
Don't you
Oh
give
no!
me any ideas, boy.
If you try and talk to her, she eyes you and then rears up on her hind legs to tower over above you, and then just looks down her beak at you like you are the smallest crumb that she's ever seen in her life, and then finally drops caw, and then he just sits there and goes, "Oh, I should have said good night. It's my bed."
Julie just looks up as Moo is being all intimidating, just like, oh great, you're great. You got that kind of personality. This will be fun.
Yes, I remember one person say she is goose. It's not right. She is Mew Elf.
Understand.
I've got a party icon here, guys.
No.
Well, at least we have 2 ominous shades on the map
Ominous
now.
shades, yeah. I was waiting to see what you guys wanted to represent your party, basically. But for now,
Could just
We'll figure that out.
I think that's right. Yeah.
we could debate that later.
So, nothing will happen to you before you get out into, like, the North Knife Pass here. But it does take you several days to get there. Let me...
I can no longer see.
That's fair. I gotta find where they've... Reveal. There we go.
Oh, just...
Reveal, please. Okay.
That worked.
Sort of.
A
There we
little.
go.
Perfect.
Hey.
Ah.
At least it's a lot easier to do that than it used to be.
Yeah, it is. Once you can make it do it. So you get into the North Knife Pass after 2 days, I believe.
2 days. All right, make a note of that.
Alright, so
Going to go ahead and mark that on the calendar again.
Means you're gonna mark off 2 days of rations and 2 days of feed.
And water.
yeah.
You move to North Knife Pass. You are down here. Let's see. Party. Where are you? Party.
It's a map within a map.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's a lot of travel. Can you see this full map, by the way? You should be able to.
No.
God damn it.
Do we need to put a token down?
No, I'm just gonna... Let's see here.
I can't wait to get into some shenanigans.
Maps, please. There's still... The dynamic lighting still isn't very good, so there we go.
One tiny little bit above him.
Saw that.
Hey, there we are.
This travel is much faster. You can go... This is only like a 20-mile hike, so...
Good to know.
I will mention Moo is much faster than she appears. Like, she has what looks like metal, almost like gold or silver anklets around both the front and back legs. And congratulations, she has a 90-foot movement speed now.
Also, can anybody move that party token? You should be able to.
I can't.
I can't.
Nope. Damn you, Bob Denver.
So Julie gets restless over the several days, the 2 days travel.
Shuttle players. How about now? Can anybody grab that and move it now?
Nope.
Can you see it on the character sheet?
Yes, party.
Okay, somebody pull it over there and see if they can move it then. Are you able to?
No. Oh my god!
Alright, never mind. It's fine. So this, the path that you are following is the black, line. It is going up into the mountains. You, it's following this stream of water. And it is, the stream, as it's coming down, if you go to drink out of it, it feels like putting your hand in ice.
Can I check? To do. Oh damn! I didn't. Never mind.
What are you trying to do?
I was gonna ask if I could try to check it and see if it's safe. Actually, wait, no, I can't do that. Is that a ritual spell? I'll detect poison. Where are you? Oh no, I don't. Damn it! I have pure. Whatever. Okay. I'll gather some and just purify food and drink just to be safe.
Yeah, there's the purify food and drink does not actually interact with water, so you could tell that this is pure water already.
Okay, good. Yeah, she'll gather some. Yeah.
It is ice cold.
We refill.
Whatever touches it
fine.
instantly goes numb.
Oh. Shit, I don't. Yeah. Puts a hand in, pulls it out, the hand is kind of slumped down. Oh, well. Shit, that's cold.
Yeah, Moo doesn't even want to go near it. She won't drink out of it because it is so cold that it would not be good to drink it immediately out of the river.
If we're gathering any of this, we're gonna want to set it aside so it warms up.
If you leave it out in the sun too long, it might evaporate.
Well,
We do have water skins and the like, yeah.
Julie wobbles her hand around. This is weird.
You know what? I'm just gonna reveal this entire map. It's not that far.
Alrighty.
Cause and also somebody want to use their icon for now because I can't make that icon usable by anybody.
I've got Hyperion down.
There we go.
Oh, that works.
So you have to follow this path that is black there because it zigzags up the mountain range.
Are there any signs of the Yetis they talked about?
There's no signs of the Yetis yet because I haven't had you roll for anything, but there is the mountains as you go up farther. If you follow this path, it's definitely getting snowy.
Oh.
Oh. Well, that's
I'm not
desert
going
for you.
Not going to complain about a reprieve from the heat.
Man,
This
now
is
it's
why I
nice, not
said
cold,
bundle well, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's not as easy an option for some of us.
It's here. Okay, no. Still. Right. So you get to this part here.
Hmm.
It is very narrow. The cliffs press in as you're passing through, and you hear a voice call down to you and go, state your business, please. And you see a bunch of fellows. Grab, thank you. Please, roll 20. Jeez. There you go. You on this map now?
Yep.
Yep.
And we can see
Yeah.
it.
Well, howdy, y'all.
We're on a pilgrimage.
Right. Are you these here guard folk?
Yes, we have to check to make sure that you are legitimate. Please show us your wagon and your passage, your pendant, please.
Yes. He procures the little seal they were given.
See,
Yeah.
please. Did they tell you about the toll?
No.
For the five of you,
Um.
for the toll to bring your wagon through. It is 50 gold pieces, please.
I would like to
Oh.
insight this man
Please do.
when my sheet loads. For some reason Firefox didn't like me and I restarted. It might take me a minute, so if you could click insight on my sheet, please.
Yes, I can.
I'm not proficient in insight. I can't roll it.
I am, but Mortimer is not some kind of person asking for a toll.
Well, I've got insight.
Just wondering if I should hop.
Didn't do too well with it though, but I got it.
Be aggressive, right?
Kyle got a 16.
Nice.
Yeah, Yulara, this sounds legitimate to you. Ka, this is bullshit.
Mortimer is already reaching for the coin purse, preparing to pay.
Can we tell if they are actually guards or somebody who's just saying they're guards?
Let me 1 second. I have to get them all on the right layer. They seem awful lax for guards. They don't have the same uniform that the fellows on the Dragonelles did. They had white robes tied with very noticeable red sashes, and again they had flying Dragonelles. These do not look like anything except for a ragtag band of people.
Okay, so Ka is seeing all this, quickly goes, before Mortimer dips into his fanny pack of holding real fast, he's gonna quickly speak up. We do not have much money, but we have salt. If you would like some salt.
Salt. What's this?
He's planning to trade it in next village over. Could give him that good price, yes.
This guy turns and looks at this one and goes, start speaking in a language that none of you know.
That's interesting.
It's
I
the-
have quite a few languages.
Yeah, it's you heard people in town speaking it. It's the local language.
Okay.
It
Local dialect.
would be called Dirpari,
Mhm.
named after the people that speak it.
I don't like this.
So salt you say you have, and you could how much salt?
Has a couple pounds of salt.
Yeah. It'd be a valuable trade good, you say? How much
Nod.
would we be able to get for that? You go ahead and lie to this man, if you can.
Yeah, let me think here for a second. Yes.
Could you maybe is most got is 50 pounds for maybe 20 silver? Can go down maybe, but intend to sell it for much more.
Mm,
Hmm.
the toll is 50 gold. Would be able to get more than that, sounds like.
He like pauses, like hand up to his.
Maybe not 50 gold. 50 gold is much salt.
So
But it would be better than nothing, and we could maybe pay more next time.
let's see. How about the 50 pounds of your salt, and what coin do you have on you?
Oh, he's spent all coin to get trade goods. He don't have much on me.
Mm,
Which, let's see, if you want me to, actually, no, I don't have any deception.
I think I do.
Let me see.
He's
You don't have deception,
I don't?
actually.
oh, to be fair, I haven't
You have
lied.
intimidation.
Oh, I do have intimidation. Okay.
You
Do you want to use that? Just kind of silently glower at them a little?
Sure, yeah. Do that.
Is that all right?
yeah, go for it.
Callie?
Yeah, go for it. Did you not hear me?
No, I did not.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. 16 intimidation.
Okay, let me see something.
You also have performance and persuasion. That's what you had, persuasion. Don't believe I have it. I do not.
Yeah.
I have a 0 in that.
I do have persuasion. Okay, that's what I was thinking I had. Okay.
Okay. So, let's see here. With your offer of 50 pounds of salt that he could get money for, and the intimidation of Tyr just kind of like crossing her arms, I'm guessing, and glowering at him. Like, we don't have any money. This is what you're gonna get. It's like, we'll take that this time. If you come back this way, we are going to have to ask you for the toll.
Oh,
This
thank you. You are much kind. Yes.
keeps up the road, you know. Keeps us from, having bad sorts on the road, taking advantage of people.
Oh yes, understand. Very much understand. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they'll take 50 pounds for your salt. And you have avoided a fight.
There is like the
Damn
slight
it.
there's a narrowing of eyes under the hood that indicates that he is grinning like a fiend. As he just offloaded basically like 20 coppers worth of salt for 50 gold.
Oh, God, what was that?
It is negotiation, my friend.
Didn't realize salt was so valuable here.
It is, and it
Well,
isn't.
What? What do you mean?
that
It makes sense. It's used to preserve meat.
Salt is very valuable to people who cannot eat it evenly, but in places where they are affluent, it is coppers on the dime or on the silver. He smiles at his like barely 20 coppers for a price of 50 gold.
Why aren't you? Why
oh,
aren't you the roguish type?
He's just
the,
Did it clever?
he's just
the,
cackling under his fucking hood.
Certainly hope they don't get wise to that. They might now take offense to being taken
Oh,
advantage of like that.
Yes, I had backup. If you go get salt, you have to go near Mootail, and that death.
Believe it.
I'm not sure those were actual guards.
They were lying. They
Really?
were bandits.
Shit.
Yes,
Well, why didn't you say something?
because they had drop on us.
Huh, definitely
And
have to
of
make
course-
sure that I prepare
and
for
of
that
course-
bit in the future.
And of course, I could pay coppers to get rid of fight. Fools.
I applaud you, my friend.
Man, I'm itching to do something.
No worries, Desert Harsh. You will find something that want to eat face.
Oh, God, I want to eat a face.
So you
Oh.
get through that very narrow cleft, and you come across where the spring is bubbling out from underneath the mountains. It is even icier cold somehow in the spring, but if you wanted
My
to
God.
fill up anything with it, you can.
We've been traveling for several days. Yeah, I'd say fill up the barrels, let it warm up.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Just gonna make the wood and the water cold.
Might actually make the water even more refreshing by the time we get out there.
Yeah.
Or it kills us.
Okay, so actually it's a bit more than 20 copper, but like honestly, still
Let's see, one second.
Not 50 gold.
no, not even close.
So, since it's not in the desert, you can travel a little farther than you would be able to out there. You might be able to get through this entire pass before the sun sets if you go a little quicker.
All for that.
But
Yeah, we have access to water, so now is the time to do that.
once you get up to about this point, you can see
Yoink.
that the path starts sloping down. It's a little rougher to get down,
Oh boy.
but as you climb up and you see the first glimpse of the desert beyond these mountains, you can see the afternoon sun shining on the golden sands, and at one point something glances off something that is made of either gold or some sort of reflective metal. It shines directly in your eyes.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure where it's coming from, but it looks like there's some sort of building way out in the desert that is just visible because there's something capped on it that is metal.
Ah, that's bright.
Reflective. Look directly at that. Oh, my eyes are swimming now.
Oh, yeah.
You can also see that there are shorter, they wouldn't be called mountains, but they are rocky hills out in the middle of this desert. Every once, like a pocket of higher, darker rock is out there. Not like these mountain ranges that you're in, but you can tell that they're more solid than the sand that is down there. If that is making any sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Traverse carefully. Don't want anyone else to get the drop on us.
I have been rolling for things in the background, and absolutely nothing has happened.
Julie is looking actively like she's about to combust.
You have one more roll before you get out of here. Let's see if something actually happens.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Okay. Yeah, something actually happens, but it's not that exciting.
they warned us of danger, but there ain't been nothing. I'm gonna go stir crazy.
Over here, like, as you're passing this going down into the valley that is going to open up into a desert, there's still snow on the caps, and a pair of eyes kind of like rise up out of the snow and glare at you as you pass by. There is a Yeti there.
Oh. Oh.
But it is too far away to do anything about you.
Good. Fuck it.
Julie waves to it.
I do not.
Shit, a Yeti!
Sometimes there's a Yeti.
There's a Yeti. It's just not fucking close enough to do anything to you, so I made this entire pass map for fucking nothing.
I'm sorry,
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go back into the desert.
And, it's probably better that he's so far. Yetis, they're obviously some good folk, but, like, generally speaking, Yetis like to, rip humans apart and eat them.
Yes, I've read rather sordid stories about them.
I'm trying to find the...
Look, do you have a Mount Everest here?
No, we have Icewind Dale. When do you call that?
Well, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth. So many people went missing there. Well, missing and just, froze to death. What they don't know is there's a plant of Yeti up there. That ain't helping nothing. Ooh, catchy.
I think this one's good.
Jaunty bongo beat. Yeah, it feels festive for some reason.
Maybe we'll have to get to do something.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the music that I had set aside for travel.
You're good, Callie. You know your food's out here, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm DMing a game.
Fair, fair.
I think this one must run. Okay.
Nice. Good me.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So, you step out into the desert, and see this much around you, I believe, at a time.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a spyglass. That would have eaten up our literal entire budget.
You can see what you were told about the Sand Voyager's trail. It's basically guideposts that are marked with mirrors so that they reflect as you were following the trail. It's not a trail as a beaten path. It is a series of posts that you would be able to see through the dunes because of the reflectiveness of the mirrors.
Mortimer is just making notes of each one's location, generally as best he can, while astride Lloyd.
So, from
How's
here,
our ration, gang?
Well, enough so far.
the sun is setting as you are coming out of the mountains. So if you wanted to stay in the mountains and take some shelter from, the sun and the wind and everything that is coming across the plains.
Probably would be good to have something at
Oh.
our backs. It's a little more bottlenecked.
Yeah, unless the Yeti comes up behind us.
You shouldn't.
Like further up ahead, though, will the terrain be too much for our cart thing or whatever?
It's just sand.
Yeah,
Why don't we set up some tents?
Yeah, we
Yes,
got plenty.
Set up here and head out at dawn.
from here, it's up to you where you go. You have the crude map that shows you the general direction, but you can fuck off into the desert if you'd like.
Depends on who we trust with directions. Alright, make a
Yeah.
note that I will ritual cast alarm around the campsite after our encounter.
And I'll spread some like some of the caltrops around the alarm.
Okay.
Gather them back up in the morning, assuming nothing happens during the night.
Find out.
We'll find out. Let's see. I've got about 20 minutes before I'm going to call it Cinderella time.
Okay.
So, who is on first watch? I know you have an alarm.
I'll go.
Alright. How many more watches we doing? Like 3 altogether?
3 altogether would be fine.
Okay.
I don't have perception.
Yeah, you don't.
Alright.
So you can't take a watch.
Yep, so Tyr volunteers for 1.
Ah.
So first
Mortimer is very pointedly not going to volunteer.
First watch. Let's see. So as the sun sets and it gets really cold, I would like you, as you're watching, to roll me. Let's see here. Roll me a d6.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, okay, interesting.
I don't like that. I don't like that result.
No, it's fine.
1.
I don't like that at all.
Those are the scary ones.
Roll me another d6, please.
Oh no, I don't like that at all.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I don't like that at all.
You didn't roll an encounter. You rolled a special thing. So, oh, that's interesting. You're gonna see this first night. That's nice. As the temperature goes down, you see on the surface of the sand, which is oddly lavender shaded. Like the sand is kind of purple. But as the temperatures drop, whatever moisture was in the air or on top of the sand is now frosting over.
Mm.
You can, as far as you can see, suddenly the purple sand is like white, like it has snowed, but you know it hasn't. You just watch it like frost over in front of your eyes.
Huh.
Bizarre.
And that is the special encounter that you rolled. So
Very bizarre.
I didn't think you'd get that first night. Fun though.
Yeah. I'll take it
Great.
over the other possibilities.
Indeed.
So next watch, since you
Yep.
just rolled something interesting, you just watched the entirety of the desert turn into what looks like snow.
Very nice. All right, Tyr was going next, I think.
Yeah.
Unless there was something else.
Well, that's all that happens on Yulara's watch.
All right. Tyr rolling. Flat 10.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You go ahead and roll me a d6.
Okay. A 1.
Oh no.
I don't like that either.
Okay. Human.
Too enchanted to notice things. Look at the snow.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Those heads. Okay.
What have you done?
Oh no.
How dare you get that wrong?
Another d6, please.
Oh no.
Oh God.
How deep does this go?
Oh no.
Ooh. There's a lot of stuff that you could encounter in this desert. It's all cool.
I mean, yeah, it's all neat. It's all fun.
It's all dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, I can take a watch. Just very specifically.
Pretty sure that we were allowed to roll perception at the very least without proficiency in it.
Yeah, if you want to take a watch, I will let you do that. But that is the only thing that you can roll without proficiency. The efficiency, Jesus. Okay, so what you get is as you're watching, a line of people starts coming down the trail and is about they pass you as they go into the pass that you just came out of. They wave. It looks like it's a caravan of people.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
They don't seem hostile or anything. They look like they are coming back with like games slung over their shoulders.
Mm.
Like
Okay.
they have desert rabbits hanging at their belts, like goats, things like that. Looks like they had just been scouting out into the desert and had gotten food, basically. They pass you by and go into the pass, and you can see that their footprints are in the frost that is still over the desert sands. It looks really weird, like they have just been walking in snow.
God. They're real.
Okay. And that is your watch because you didn't roll anything terrible.
Okay. So,
Right.
so who wants to go next? I'm good with going, or
Yeah, there's just one more watch and that's yours.
Yeah.
I guess I can go, sure. Kyle will wake up for a watch then. He will prod Moo awake to watch with him, so may I do perception with advantage?
Yep, sure.
Let me just remember how to do that. It's not query, that's what I want. Right, perception ammo. Advantage, roll.
Mm.
Okay.
Good thing I took that advantage, Jesus.
Damn.
That was
It
enough.
actually doesn't have a ton of.
Still pretty good. Roll me a d6.
Oh lordy. 6.
Jeez, guys.
Don't look
Again.
at me.
Another special encounter.
Eventful night.
Just hammer home how weird this fucking desert is.
Okay, this is gonna be. Go ahead and roll me a d6. Another one. This could be weird. It's weird.
Oh my god.
It's weird. You found both of the fucking really weird ones immediately. Jesus. All right.
This is something they'll never see. First night out.
That's what I was thinking. So weirdly enough, right before the sun rises, you see what looks like a pool suddenly appear in front of you like a mirage. It's complete with desert palm trees that just kind of sprout out of nowhere. And if you go over there, it's not a mirage. It gets solid or more solid as you get closer.
Yep, they'll
What?
totally go over there.
Do you look into the pool?
Yes.
You see a pair of eyes looking directly back at you.
Guessing they're not mine.
No. You see no reflection of yourself.
No.
Um,
Constantly raises a hand and waves to the eyes.
Of course you do.
the water kind of ripples as if it's waving back, but nothing else happens. The ripples do not disturb the eyes at all.
So then Ka's going to reach into his pack slowly, take out like some fucking dried fruits from one of the rations. Not like a full ration, just like, hey, some dried fruits. And he's going to just lightly, plop it into the water.
The eyes blink a little bit, and you hear a voice in your head. Nobody else can hear this, even if they would be awake. And it basically is asking, do you have any questions for me? Please ask them.
Blinks. Shit. We don't know enough to ask any fucking questions.
No, you don't. This is why I was like,
You can
they're
ask
gonna get
if it
this
doesn't
fucking
come out.
weird ass thing and right immediately.
You can ask if he knows anything about the star stones, star gems.
Sure. What can tell, if anything, about the star gems?
Star gems. There are 5. There is one close to here. And they're going to somehow they're going to ping this knowledge into your brain.
God.
Here. There's one here. There's one here. Like if you pull back the map, this will.
Yep.
And those are the only ones I know of.
Gotta do a little nodding bow.
Thank you for time.
The eyes blink, and it's like you were forced to blink as well. And when you open your eyes back up, the entire thing is gone.
Wow. It's
And
a nice water spirit.
any rations that you used today are any water rations that you used today are back into your water skins, and
Oh, sure.
all of you wake
fuck?
up. All of you wake up refreshed, more than a normal sleep, and you are not hungry.
Oh,
Kind of sad we burned that on the first night out, but alright.
It's a
Could've
thing
waited
that can
for it.
just happen if you
Hey.
roll correctly.
it's a good omen.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
started
I
off on a
feel-
pretty fucking good foot, guys.
Yeah.
Feel weirdly refreshed.
Yes,
Oh.
my back doesn't hurt at all.
It's probably the water eyes.
The
what?
what?
The water
Oh,
eyes.
yes. Pond appear out of nowhere. I went up to it and poked it with some fruit, and it was nice enough to answer questions. Asked about star globe gem things.
He's gonna do like
Mirage.
gonna point on the map where it brain pinged him.
Said these it knew where to were over here.
He's gonna point to the areas.
Also, it was really nice.
Gratuitous.
I thought Mirage just happened when it was hot out.
He's not Mirage. He's some sort of water spirit or something.
Also,
Yes, it was very nice.
Man, I'll take that as a good sign.
I guess.
so as the sun comes up, you watch all of the frost defrost basically, and it leaves little puddles on the surface, and immediately
Oh.
there's immediate plant growth.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Like, you know how deserts are, where the plants will just grow in minutes and then die in minutes. That is what is happening in front of you. There is a carpet of purple.
Wow.
Almost immediately as plants are grown, Moo stands up and then begins to eat. He just starts defoliating the entire area.
Yeah, if you dip your fingers into any of these water puddles, it's salty.
Yeah.
It is the saltiest shit
weird.
you have ever tasted. Unless
Yeah.
you've, like, drank straight up ocean water.
Are there little brine shrimp running around in it too?
Possibly. You see a bunch of animals have come out of any burrow that they were in, and they are also munching on this purple stuff. There aren't gerbils, but there are jerboas. So if you wanna go after some jerboas, go ahead.
They're just dire gerbils.
Kind of.
Ulara first takes a time to witness the spectacle of the plants growing and dying so quickly, and just think about what wonderful, miraculous things she's seen on this pilgrimage so far.
And then she's gonna catch her some jerboa.
And pop them into her mouth and eat them whole, crushing them with her mighty throat muscles.
And you're gonna notice that some of the desert hares, rabbits, whatever they are, have a little horn in the center of their forehead.
Oh no.
Ooh, delicious.
They're El Mirage.
Oh no. The legends of those.
They vanish as soon as they see you looking at them. They're just kind of like poof.
Oh,
My,
good.
my.
Was that a jackalope? They typically have two horns.
You haven't seen the jackalope yet.
Oh. Oh.
But
It
See, I'm
exists.
pulling off from cryptid stuff, so
so as you're watching this spectacle, and you watch Ulara start chasing jerboas, bounding through the dying and blooming plants, your first day in the desert of Desolation begins as we end the first session.
All right.
Hey.
It was nice.